Whoa. Hello. First? You're not first, Derpy. What the heck? That's some false information right there. Mm-hmm. Who did that? Who hit me? Excuse me. How dare you? How dare you throw a brick at me? That's not very nice. That's kind of rude, you know? But hello, everyone. Good morning. You're not first either, Admiral. Excuse me. What was that for? What were you catching in 4K? Excuse me. As I was saying, good morning, a good day, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. No matter what time it may be, I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week so far. Happy Tuesday! Oh my goodness, it is the second week of October, and next week is TwitchCon, and I am freaking out. I'm excited, but I'm really nervous too. The shy part of me is really nervous. But the part of me, that's excited to see friends, super excited. I'm just like, yippee! But also very nervous. Yes. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday so far. Hello. How could you be first if I am first? I don't know, see, I don't think you're first either, I feel like quite a few people in chat are saying that they're first, but they're not first. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. It seems like chat's being a little delulu today. Hi, Cian. Hi, Maxie. Hi, Adisu. Hello, Izu. Hi, Nova. I was first. Let's look at the redeems. Hi, Baba. I'm always first. Alright, let's settle this once and for all. Who was first today? Day! Congratulations on redeeming first today! Pachi. I hope you are enjoying being first of today's stream. And then, Day, you were also first on the YouTube side. Although YouTube doesn't really have like a redeem, So, congratulations, Day. And congratulations for redeeming first. Thank you so much. Yes, I am dual streaming right now. I'm streaming both on YouTube and on Twitch. And so, yes, welcome in. I'm talking about on stream. On stream, the first redeem. Not the first thing I see in the morning. Oh my gosh. Stinkier. Oh, dang. Not stinky. Hi, Zena. Welcome on in. How you doing today? You're Spartacus? Talking about what actually matters. Real life. Oh! What do you mean what actually matters? Real life, but then on stream, I think it all matters. I think that you're very important in my life, Instead of fake. Of course, real life matters, but, I feel like here on stream, they're a very big, wonderful part of my life as well, And so I know that some people come here to my streams as just like a sort of escapism. And I did too for when I used to watch streams before I became a streamer. And so I think it's fine. I think it's fine to, wind down and relax and enjoy like a part of your day, or just take your mind off of things. And then hopefully it helps rejuvenate you guys, or just give you some comfort, because life is stressful, And so I remember Turley's streams, for example, were a huge, I guess, like, consistent factor in my life back when I was in university. And so I remember every day, even though I was like stressed out about university, Turley was in a way like my rock. She was there to just kind of keep me there in terms of having someone to watch as I did my homework every night. So instead of like crying as I'm doing my homework, like, I could just be like, watching Turley's stream. And so, yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice just to have someone there, even if it was, not me directly interacting in terms of like, a friend. It was really nice to have someone to watch, Bio!
Shiny Piplup today TM.
Vio, thank you so much for the resub at 55 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you, Bio. Thank you so much for the 55 months. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I feel like as someone that's like an introvert too, I don't really get energized off talking with people. And so for me back then, I would literally go home, go to university, sometimes hang out with my friends, you know, in person on like a Friday. But for the most part, I was like rinse and repeat every single day. Go home, go to university, go home, go to university. And so that was like my socializing, you know? It was like being on Turley's stream and listening to her talk or talking to people in the community, like Derpy, you know? And so, yeah, I really had a nice time just like popping into Turley's stream every once in a while. And I thought it was so funny that she knew me as the girl that was either in between university classes or the girl that was tutoring after I graduated. And so it's just like, it's so funny. Whenever we talk about it, I'm like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, yep. Yeah. Like, I'm the type of person, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but introverts, they can go like a whole month without socializing and be fine, you know? Like, I think the first time that I felt like I craved social interaction in person was, I think, during COVID. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I at first I was like, wow, this is amazing, you know, like we can just socialize online. And then after like, I think like a month or two of COVID, I was just like, oh my, I kind of want to see people in person. And it was like the first time in my life where I'd ever felt that. I was just like, do I want to go out? Do I want to socialize? But then, you know, I became a streamer and I feel like that really helped out a lot too. Because, you know, I was able to meet all of y'all here on Twitch and have such a wonderful community. And it was like in a way just for funsies at first, just like to hang out with people. But then, you know, I got to socialize and chat with all of y'all about things that I didn't really get to chat to other people about, you know, like Animal Crossing. And you know, y'all listen to my talk about my passionate hobbies and interests like Danganronpa. Oh my gosh, when people started asking me about Danganronpa and about Harvest Moon, I was just like, oh, you're interested? You want to listen to me talk? Oh my gosh, of course. You know? And so, yeah, I really appreciated that. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys want to chat with me? Okay, sure, let's chat. But yeah, it's been a wonderful 5 years, you know, since I began streaming, and I am always grateful for it, you know? I'm just like, not a day goes by where I don't think about how lucky I've been to have been able to, you know, have all these events happen over the past 5 years. I'm just like, wow, I'm really happy and proud of our community here, you know? Thank you for listening to me yap all these years. My goodness, I feel like I repeat topics, you know? I'm that friend that ends up repeating things like, oh my goodness, did you know? I know. Hi West, welcome on in. Hi Delmont, hello your range, welcome on in on the YouTube side. No, I'm not getting sentimental. Okay, I cannot. If I get sentimental again, I can't. I've been sentimental about VCraft Enchanted for like the past week, and so today is like the first day where I don't feel sad about it waking up, you know? I'm just like, okay, it's been a week and I think I've come to terms with it, you know? I'm ready to move on. Hi Lenny, welcome on in. She's saying she appreciates, yeah, I'm saying I appreciate y'all. Yes. Cry. No, I do not want to cry. I cry so much already. I'm a big crybaby, okay? I cry if I get yelled at. I cry if I get into like an argument. I cry if I get stressed out. I cry if I watch something sad on like TikTok, okay? I cry a lot, all right? And so I don't want to cry more than I already do. But yeah. I don't mind crying. At the same time, it gets tiring crying, you know? And so I'm just like, I don't want to cry. I'm okay without crying. But hi, Kyle. Welcome on in. How you doing today? I got pushed by Maya in Water Park Simulator before you did, Kyle. I beat you! Ha ha ha! I can't believe it! I can't believe I was the first person to like try to sneak into Water Park Simulator for Maya's Water Park. I was just like, ain't no way. Ain't no way I got in there trying to cheat my way into the system, you know? Oh my god! I'm so sorry, Kyle! Oh my god! I just saw your previous message. You were like, girl, you're my Oshi for a reason. I'm your Oshi! Don't take back the high! Don't take back the high! Whenever someone tells me that I'm their Oshi, I'm just like, what the heck? Me? Thank you! I'm honored. I'm honored to be people's Oshis. I'm just like, what the heck? No, not too late! Take it back, take it back! Don't take back your take back! Take back your take back. Okay? Alright? Yeah, take back, sis. Yes. Hi, Kyle. Welcome in on the YouTube side as well. Can you sing the... Is it hymn of chat or Heim? I never know how to pronounce it. But yes, I got you. Let me pull it up, okay? Of course. As a member of the Church of Chat, I got you, okay? You ready? Let me look it up. Well, give me... I need the lyrics. You know, this whole time, I thought Shu was just like playing this random background music from YouTube, and I was like, isn't this copyrighted? And then I find out afterwards that apparently no, he made the song entirely on his own out of meme words, except he sang it so beautifully that it sounded like an actual official hymn / hymn, and I was just like, what the heck? I didn't realize he made that up. Okay, ready? So this is the hymn of chat. Okay, all right. Where is it? There you go. Okay, ready? I don't know how to sing it like he does though. Wait, let me pause the music. All right, ready? So this is his rendition of it. All right. We have to... Lord Omega. I can't do it like him. I can't. How does he do it without cracking up? Wait. KW Skibbity. Omega Lord. He's saying PogChamp. PogChamp. Okay, here, let me translate, okay? So far, he said the Heim of chat starts with Omega Lol, Kek W, Skibbity, Lol, PogChamp, Kek VV. Kek VV. He's saying Lamau and then ASDFJKL. Did he say Lamau? Dang, he said Lamau ASDFJKL. Semicolon. I can't. But and then what's the rest? Okay, that's the part. That's like the main part that I would hear for whenever he played it in the church of chat. This is the part that I heard. He's like, I don't know how he does it. How does he make meme words sound so beautiful? He's saying joy emoji, by the way. He's belting out joy emoji. But there you go, chat. That was the Heim of chat. Our church of chat, you know. Praise chat, praise chat. But yeah, I really thought that it was like this random video that he was playing every time that we would hop into the church in the church of chat or any sort of like interaction with the church of chat, and he would start playing that. You know, I didn't realize it was him. I didn't realize he recorded the entire thing and made it up himself. I was like, okay, Shu, okay, with the vocals and with the creativity. He is probably the only person I know that has made meme words into a Heim. Just like, what the heck? But that's Father Shu for us. Father Shu. Our one and only Father Shu. Yep, along with Father Frayed. Oh my gosh. Hi, Derpy. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Let me scroll all the way to the bottom of chat and go back up. Gay men. That was our... I think... Was it House of Yuri that started that? The gay men? Or was that... I forget who started that. But instead of saying amen, we would say gay men for, I think, House of Yuri. And then I think it was in regards to the gay bee that Sheriff Sonny found, right? I know, that was done very beautifully. That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize it was something that Shu made himself. I was like, whoa, that is creative. Hi, Savvy. Good afternoon. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Hello there. Oh, was Violet the one to come up with it? I know Violet had a monastery as well. Yeah, Uki, right? Uki had a monastery. I didn't know where the phrase gay men started from. I just heard it, and then we would keep on saying it every time, whether it was at the Church of Chat or the House of Yuri or the monastery. And so I didn't know where the roots were, but, you know, it was cool. Oh, and then I saw the clip. I saw the clip about Maya talking about how there was a gay bee at the monastery, but then it disappeared when she was decorating there. And I was like, not the gay bee, not the gay bee. Hi, Savvy. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I say Kek W like Keek. Oh, Keek W? Yeah, it's supposed to be Kek W for how you pronounce it. Yeah, at least from what I've heard. Omega lol. Like lol, like lol, LOL, lol. Omega lol. The emote. Is that not Chestnuts roasting on open fire guy? Has he sang that? Has Shu sang that before? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Oh my god, my hiccups, please stop. Get my tea real quick. Hold on. My tea. Yeah, la. But yeah, I'm great. I'm great, by the way. Oh wait, tonight! Oh my gosh! I hope you guys are excited. So tonight, if you guys want to see some more like VCraft Enchanted collabs, right? Tonight, actually, there's going to be an event with some people from VCraft Enchanted that are going to be playing the back rooms, and so I don't think I'll be streaming for that long. Since it's gonna start, I believe, at 10 p.m. Eastern time, or is it 10 p.m. Pacific time? Let me double check. But yeah, I can't read into them. But if you guys want to check them out, let me see. Let me check the time. What time is it that they're playing? Yeah. So it's 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. But yeah, if you guys want to check them out tonight, the people that are going to be playing the back rooms is Lamp. We have Lamp, Maya, and then Taiga, as well as Frayed, and then Bluebell and Hazumi are all playing back rooms. And so if you guys want to check them out, go check them out, okay? I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna pull up all their POVs. I'm so excited. I love watching backroom streams. And so yeah, I'll be watching their stream. And so if you guys want to watch with me, I think Maya's streaming, and then I think I don't know how many people are streaming. Belle, thank you so much for the resub at 51 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a tea bun. Thank you so much for using the Prime on me. Thank you. But yeah, I love watching backroom gameplays, so please go check them out. I know Maya's streaming. I know Lamp's streaming. I think Taiga's going to be streaming. And then Afraid Hazami. I don't know if they're going to be streaming. And then same with BB as well, Bluebell. I don't know if she's going to be streaming, but yeah, I'll be there. I'm sad. It's been so fun. I think it's so fun that even though Beecraft Enchanted is over, there's such a, strong community, whether it's like people collabing together or people, just like supporting each other by watching debuts and stuff, right? Like in our Discord, we're just chilling and hanging out, being like, it's like the same thing as during Beecraft Enchanted when we saw our mayor, debut in 3D. We were just all sat together like, yeah, that's our mayor, yeah. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm just like, wow, it's like a, fun little VTuber watch party together without watching together and being able to talk about things and like be excited for each other about debuts and events that we planned. We're just like, yeah, it's like a really supportive community that we have over there. And so it's fun. It's really fun and really inspiring. Just, seeing and hearing about all the ideas that people are doing. I'm just like, oh my God, I am inspired. Did you see that Freida's cat ears in that? Since Freida's a toilet ghost, they should play Skibidi Cat Rooms. I saw that name and I was just like, why are there so many games recently that have come out that are Skibidi themed? Is that like the new thing? They're trying to bring back Skibidi? I did. I saw from, I think it stemmed from Mint's comment, right? Mint was talking about how she wants E-Boy Frayed to be a thing. And then Frey, I think, asked, like, what does E-Boy mean? And so she, like, went into description about what an E-Boy Frayed would look like. And so someone actually drew, E-Boy Frayed. And then, oh, sorry, E-Kitten. Yes, E-Kitten Frayed. Yes. And then, yeah, they drew, like, art of him. I saw two pieces of artwork of E-Kitten Frayed. And I was like, what the heck? No! I am in the void. My phone has gone dark. Hold on, chat. I got too into talking and yapping that I forgot to charge my phone. Hold on. But yeah, E-Kitten Frayed became a thing, thanks to Mint. And then the lovely people in the community decided to manifest it into reality by drawing E-Kitten Frayed. And now there is a video out there, a voice memo of Frayed meowing. I was like, what the heck, Frayed? But yeah, it's so funny, It's really fun just watching all the interactions. Sometimes I want to like say something, but then I don't want to butt in. And so I'm more of someone like, for example, like even in conversations in person, sometimes I'll just like be there to listen, That could be the introvert side of me, but I just like listening and being there at parties and just hanging out or just sitting there, unless it's something that I am super passionate about. For the most part, I feel bad if I interrupt. I'm like, I don't want to interrupt people if they're talking to each other already, and so I just kind of, support from the sidelines, like, yeah. I am almost out of the void. Hold. I'm back now. Hi. Hey. We love our E-Kitten Frey. The art's so good. The art was so good. I think it's so cool that artists can just make things come to life, Doesn't help that chat means cat in other languages. Oh, that's true. I do know that. Amateur what? Hi, Yellow Ring. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Welcome. If you're talking about my phone dying, my phone's been dying since I had my phone. So I I would say I'm not amateur with my phone dying. I would tell you that I've had many, many, many experiences with my phone dying ever since I was in middle school. All right? I'm not an amateur when it comes to my phone dying. Me too, bestie. Listeners, yes. Shake my hand. Yes, Kyle. Listeners. I wouldn't say like wallflower, because I still try to talk in conversations, especially at like gatherings and stuff. But for the most part, I'm like a listener. Like I've talked about it, you know? Like when we were at our friend's house, right? Like Shen's like talking with everyone. I'm there with the dogs, or the friends' dogs. I'm just there to pet the dogs, you know? Like we have friends over that are chatting at a party and they're all like socializing. I'm there with the pets, you know? I just kind of like to give them the attention that they want. And I'm just like, oh yeah, who's a good boy? Who's a good girl? You know, because they have a girl and a guy, a sister and a brother doggy. So cute. So baby. I can't wait to be awkward if we ever meet at a convention. Oh, no. I feel like, so for me, even though I'm shy, I feel like I can fake it. I faked it for a long time in terms of like faking myself not being an introvert, if that makes sense. There are many times where I can't fake it, you know, because I'm just awkward, especially like I was talking about it with this new friend that we met, because some friends hung out with us recently and I met this girl for the first time. It was like the girlfriend of a friend. And so we were talking about it and we're just like, God, we feel like the most awkward social interactions is with people in customer service, or just like not customer service per se, it's like cash registers or like flight attendants or like people at movie theaters, you know? Or just like, it's like when they say stuff like, oh, enjoy your flight, and you're like, thanks, you too, and you're like, oh God, why did I say that? Or it's like when the person at the movie theater is like, enjoy your movie, and you're like, thanks, you too, and you're like, oh. or if you're you know at the cash register checking out your groceries, and they're like, you know, I hope you enjoy your dinner, and you're like, thanks, you too. Oh. It's just you stuff like that. You're just like, God, why did I say that? Why? You're just like, man. But yeah, we were just like connecting about how we've done that so many times, and we're just like, oh my God. Just got wind of this massive WDM you since you don't know if you want to bring it up on stream. Huh? Oh! Thanks, Durfee. Okay. All right. Hi, Mod Rocker. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Nice to see you. You need a new phone? I do. Honestly, I've had this iPhone 12 for the longest time, and it's dying. Like, I want to get a new phone so that I can have like a phone for personal and then keep this phone for work, because this is the main phone that I use for VTube Studio. I have not updated my phone for so long, because a while ago, like I think 2 years ago, they mentioned about how like the iPhone update broke the tracking for VTube Studio, the way that they update the tracking. And so I've kept this phone not updated for so long. And so every time there's like a new emoji that comes out, I can't see it because I don't have it updated on my phone. And so I only see like the squares whenever I go on Twitter and stuff, and people are posting the new emoji. And so I really want to get like a new phone, so I can have that as like a personal phone and then keep this as like my work phone, you know, just to keep things separate. I think that'd be really nice. Hi Basil, welcome on in. How you doing today? Welcome. I've had a bit of a headache. Oh no! I hope you feel better soon. Get some electrolytes, or if it's like light sensitive, get some rest on your eyes. Excuse me. I did see the pastries. You guys are so good at cooking and baking. It looks so good. Thank you for sharing. It is very mouth-watering. I'm just like, oh my God, it looks so good. Hi, what? Oh, not the high back. The dogs are great. My friend's golden retriever used to gravitate to me because she knew I gave the best belly rubs. I think they gravitate towards me because they know that I'm nervous. You know, like animals are pretty friendly towards me, but I think it's because they can tell. I think they can tell that I'm nervous or just need some extra comforting. I'm just like, oh my god, thank you for keeping me company. If not, I stay quiet and listen. To be fair, I also fake. Yeah, you know, sometimes, especially like, I feel like, you know, like for us, the people that are introverted and shy, sometimes you just gotta fake it until you make it, you know, especially for situations like interviews. Like I've done interviews with people, you know, and I've had to like fake it. I actually, like, when you talk about it, like, so my first interview, I guess you could call it, was back in like way back when I was in elementary school. Because there was this like We Deliver system that we had, which is essentially 5th graders get to interview to be like a mail courier for school mail, right? Because in our system, our elementary system, we had a system where students were able to like mail letters to each other, or teachers were able to mail letters to students. And so in 5th grade, if you wanted to, you could try out to be a mail courier. And what happens is you have to go to the vice principal and you have to go through this interview. You also have to have good grades, good standing, you know, before that. But yeah, the final section is you have to do an interview with the vice president of the school, you know, or vice principal. And so I remember I sat down with the vice principal and he was like, so why should I hire you to be a mail courier? Why do you want to be a We Deliverer? And I faked it so badly because I wanted to be a mail courier, but I didn't know what the heck to say. And so I had just seen an episode of Arthur where Buster becomes like a mail boy. And he talks about this like gigantic speech about how he's like, no matter rain, sleet, or snow, mail needs to be delivered, because if you don't give mail to one person, then it ruins the whole system. And I remember he used like a dodgeball experiment, or example, not experiment. And so I did the same exact thing. I pulled the Buster speech on the vice principal. And he knew who I was already. You know, he knew I was a good kid. But I was like, no matter rain, sleet, or snow, mail is important, because if you don't deliver mail to each other properly, then things will lose order. And so I, instead of giving like the dodgeball example, I gave like the teacher example. I was like, for example, if blank teacher wants to have like a gym day with this teacher, but they want specific activities, if the gym teacher does not receive their mail about this plan, then the gym teacher won't know about this plan, and then things will fall apart. And so I was like, mail is important because you need to send messages to each other. It was so dramatic for 5th grade Elvira, but it was amazing. I was just like, this is amazing. This is my first time getting to do something like this. And I did it. I was able to, you know, I was able to get through the interview. I was hired to be a mail courier. And so every morning I had to get there early, extra early, to deliver mail, you know, with the other 5th graders that were also mail couriers. And it was fun. It was great. I was just like, oh, heck yeah. This is the life. But yeah, I was like a little nerd. I did like everything in elementary school. I just really like doing errands. And so I would do the mail courier thing in the morning, and then in the afternoon at the end of school, we also had this thing called like a safety position. And so safeties are a thing at my elementary school where usually it's like teachers or chaperones that are there to like help kids throughout the day. They have this like sash on so that people know that if they get hurt, for example, on the playground, they can go to that person, that adult, and they'll like write you up a note to go to the nurse. But in 5th grade, another thing that they offered was that if you want to be a kid safety, you could be a safety if you want to interview it once again. And so if you interviewed for it and you got it, you would have a sash, just like the adults. But the main thing that safeties, if you were a kid, like our main job was to open doors for people when it was time for the end of the day. And so we had this like really big doors in the hallways. And so it'd open the door open for people to walk through to go home or to leave the school premise. And so that was like my favorite thing to do. I had so much fun being a mail courier in the morning. And then I had a lot of fun being a safety at the end of the day. I was just like, oh yeah. And then, God, I was such a teacher's pet. I got called a teacher's pet, and understandably so, because I remember I would finish up all my assignments too really quickly because I would want to help out the teacher, you know? And so I would always finish the assignment like super quickly. And then I'll go up to my teacher and be like, excuse me, Miss L. I'd be like, Miss L, is there anything you need help with? And mostly they would say there's nothing really that they want me to help out with on the spot. But then they would do stuff like, oh yeah, if you want to help me organize these tests in alphabetical order, you can. I'm like, okay. Or if you want to deliver this to this teacher for me, you can. I'm like, okay. I don't know, it was fun. It was really fun doing errands. I was just like, yeah, I'll be the errand girl. I'll do it. Yeah, I was a big nerd. I was a big nerd in elementary school. Oh my god. The waiter here served you the mouth-watering steak. Bless. It's fine with flight attendants, to be honest. Got invited to a crew party after the flight one time. Really? What the heck, Admiral? See, I feel like those are extrovert activities. I don't really ever hear stories like that from introverts. Usually it's like people that are extroverted that really get along with other people, and then they'll get invited out to do stuff together, you know? Like they'll get invited to go to parties or go to events. Like, you know, you're really cool. I think you should come here. And I'm just like, how do you guys do it? How do you socialize like that? What the heck, Derpy? Huh? Calling who a fart? Separation of devices, that's a dream. It's not uncommon for VTubers, especially. I feel like a lot of VTubers / streamers have separate devices. We must take pity on the small one. Yes, please. I especially from the pets. I would love all the pets on me. Yes, thank you very much. That's so cute. I think I've reached a state of zen with job interviews. Sure, they're intimidating, but the worst they can do is reject me, and I've gotten more rejections than offers. I still get nervous about just like interacting with people. Like I can fake it, like, you know, to not seem nervous, but I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous inside. Like deep down, you know, I'm very nervous. Every time that I do like a phone call for stuff, I get nervous. But I'm able to fake it, so it does not seem like I'm nervous. But yeah, that was like the long tangent that went back to the whole idea that if you're an introvert who's shy, you know, sometimes you can fake it until you make it, in the sense of like, you can try to pretend that you're not nervous when you're socializing. And so, yeah. I hate phone calls. Me too. I hate phone calls. Like, I remember, I think, was it last year or 2 years ago, I had to deal with like the whole insurance claim thingy-mabob. My god, I had to call so many companies, because each company that I would call, they would be like, no, we don't do that. You have to call this company. Or then I would call that company and they're like, oh, no, we can't do this for you because you need information from that company. And so I would have to like cross-call a bunch of companies until I got all the information, and I hated it. I hated it. But, like I said, I can usually fake it in terms of being able to just talk like a regular human being without sounding nervous. Laughs in being the go-to guy people have to call. What do you mean? Like, are you somebody that works in customer service? I don't know. For me, I feel like I've had luckily, I've had better encounters with customer service people than not. Usually people are pretty nice to me when I'm in customer service calls, thankfully. But nowadays, if they have like the robot automated system, I'm like, oh, bless. Thank you. But yeah, it's not really the person that I have to talk to that makes me nervous. It's just more like the act of calling and then talking. But then once I get into the conversation, then it's like, I'm fine. I get into the groove of it. It's always that, I think the hardest part for a lot of things is like starting it, you know? And then once you get started, it's not as nerve-wracking anymore. And so for me, it's like same thing too, you know, when it comes to like meeting new people for the first time. I'm gonna be super nervous meeting new people for the first time at TwitchCon. But I feel like once the initial meeting is over in terms of like, hi, and then we get into conversation, then I'll be fine. But yeah, I'm as someone that's shy and introverted, it's just more so like thinking about it is more nerve-wracking than actually doing it, you know? Customer service, a huge part of it. I see. Only 9 months, it feels like more than a year. I know, right? It does feel like it's been longer for a lot of people that I've met this year. I'm just like, dang, how have I only known you for this long? It feels like I've known you forever. I will say this much, I'm kind of glad we got a new ice cream guy this year because the old guy would call me all the time, especially when I was home, to ask me stuff he could just look up. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that in situations where, like, if you're the manager and then, you know, people depend on you and then they ask you stuff that they can just look up. I'm just like, oh. But it's like it's like when they talk about it, like when you suddenly become important at work. I've seen lots of posts about that where people meme about it. They're like, yeah, I was chilling at work and then all of a sudden I became important at work because I got promoted for doing a good job. And I'm just like, oh, dang. Oh, snap. But yeah, I think I'll be fine though. Like when it comes to, like I said, for TwitchCon, I'm nervous just because I'm very shy. But I'm more excited than I am nervous. But I'm still really nervous because I'm really shy. So wish me luck, chat, okay? Especially for anyone that decides to come up to say hi to me at, Sessa's booth on Saturday. I'm probably going to be really shy. But you probably won't be able to tell that I'm shy. But for those that are listening today on my stream, you'll know that I'm shy. But I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at not seeming shy, I feel like. You'll do fine. That's what they all say. That's what they all say, I know I'll do fine. Like, I know deep down I'll do fine. But I'm still nervous about it. Let me pull up the game, by the way, so that we can chat as I'm resetting for Piplup. But yeah, I'm just like, I think about it, right? I'm like, dang, extroverts have like a superpower. I don't know if you guys realize it, but extroverts, you guys have a superpower. Even if it's just, chatting, and chatting might seem something normal to you, like breathing air. I think it's so impressive that extroverts are able to just start conversation up or just, hit up people and start chatting. Like, wow, how do you do that? Without being nervous? Impressive. I'm very impressed. There are many times where I overthink, I feel like. I could just there are many times where I think like, oh yeah, I should just say something, right? But then I start to overthink like, am I bothering them? Am I intruding? What if they're like enjoying their own conversation? But like I said, I do feel like after VCraft Enchanted, I do feel like I've gotten better at that where I just jump on in, and try to say something, even if I'm nervous about it. Because I'm just like, what's the worst that can happen, And so I was just like, just do it, Elf. Just do it. Just say something. Just say something, Stop being so nervous. And so, yeah. I've been trying to do that this year especially. This year I've been trying to be the one to like put myself out there more in terms of like asking people to collab or like talking to people first or, just like talking to people more. And then because I think about it the same way too. Like if someone's nervous to talk to me, I wouldn't want them to be nervous to talk to me. I'm just like, yeah, if you want to talk, feel free to just send me a message. I might not always be able to respond right away or at all, but I feel like with friends, if they want to talk, I'm down to talk too. Extroverts are magical. And then there are ambiverts. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, there are many ambiverts that I know as well that get energy depending on like sometimes they get energy from socializing and then sometimes they get energy from being by themselves. I learned faking being extrovert when I was in nursing school. I'm still often quite awkward. That's why I love working with handicapped people. They don't judge me when you're a little strange. I hope it's, not just them. I feel like there's a lot of people, hopefully, that don't judge just because someone's a little strange or a little awkward, Like here in my community, I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to. Like for me, it's like when I talk about faking it, it's more so mask. Everyone has like a different type of mask that they have on whenever they talk to people. Like there's a certain way you talk to your parents. There's a way that you talk to your siblings. There's a way you talk to your partner, your friends, or just strangers. Like if you're talking to a stranger, right? That's the most different is a stranger versus like people that you're close to. And so I want this space to be like an area where you guys can feel like you can be yourselves without judgment. And so that's why I always say things like we don't yuck people's yums, right? And for me, I'm the same way too. Like I feel like I can be myself here, especially in our little community because, we have such a lovely our group of members here. And it's been really nice just to be able to be myself, around y'all. But that's also why I try to keep it separate from personal too. Like, for example, like I said, I don't really tell a lot of people in my life what my stream, or I don't tell people that I stream, one, and then two, I don't tell them what I do for stream, because I don't want it to be a space where eventually I feel nervous about, being myself or having to limit myself, And so like I said, I'm never going to tell any of my relatives that I stream, because I don't want them in my space here. I'm okay if they're not in this space, right? And I was very selective about like which friends I'm okay with knowing that I stream, because once again, it's my safe space. It's my safe space. It's my personal space, and I don't want to feel like it's something where I have to be nervous to be myself. I learned... Oh, sorry. I need to walk to the grocery store and get stuff for soup. Good luck on pulling the shiny. Even if I'm still betting against you? Fair. Alright. Good luck at the grocery store, Yellow Ray. I hope you enjoy your soup. Hi, Wappa! Welcome on in! How you doing today? Thank you so much for popping on in! Can we get a shout out for Wappa, please? It is the soup season. I love soup. God, I can drink soup and eat soup all day, every day. I tend to call welcome on in, by the way. But yeah, like I remember too. I remember with some close friends, like with Tao. With Tao, I was hesitant at first. I was like, oh, do I let her know? Because she's like a really good friend of mine, And same with the other friend that I also let them know that I stream, but I know from IRL. Because once again, it's kind of scary letting people know from IRL, because they don't know the etiquette. They don't know, like there's people that have talked about it where they have friends that they are friends with IRL, but they don't know about Twitch etiquette, and so they've popped into their friends' streams saying like their full government name, and I'm just like, ugh! And so I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, if I let people IRL know about what I do, I hope that they know to, I hope they're able to understand why there's an etiquette on Twitch. And so with Tao, like I thought about it, because when I talked to Tao, we just kind of talk. And so I didn't want her to feel like she had to talk a certain way. But then I was like, oh, I'm fine. I really wanted to invite Tao onto the stream to, have that little interview together. And so, yeah, it's been really fun. It's been really fun since then. But yeah, I was nervous about it. I was like, do I let them into this space? Because I haven't like for the first few years that I streamed, they didn't know. Like my closest friends didn't know that I streamed, because I kept it very private, I wanted to keep it private. And so it wasn't until, a little after that I told two of my closest friends that I stream, and they are really wonderful. They're respectful about it. They haven't told other people that I stream, without asking me first. And I'm just like, oh, thank you. And it's really nice. It's really nice. Because I'm very picky. I'm very particular about who knows that I stream. Hello there! Welcome on in. Hi. It's nice to see you again, Mimane. Nice to see you. Welcome. Not to show me your ID. What the heck? And then same thing to Brovira. Brovira, he's so thoughtful. Like Brovira, he's known that I stream, because once again, Brovira, I'm so close to him, and so he's known since like day one, I think. Or not day one, but he's known since like the beginning. And we have friends that, are mutual friends of ours. And so there are some friends that were my classmates in high school. They'll ask Brovira, like, oh, what's your sister up to Brovira? And Brovira, he always comes to me first. He's like, are you okay if I tell them what you do, or do you want to keep it private? And I'm just like, oh, thanks for asking every time. What the heck? And so usually I'll tell them like I'd rather keep it private, even if I was like close friends with them in high school, I'd still rather keep it private, because I don't want them in that space. But yeah, I didn't ask Brovira to do that. He just kind of thought his own. He was just like, yeah, I didn't know if he wanted to keep it private. I just wanted to make sure that it was okay to tell them if I were to tell them what you do. And I was just like, thanks, Brovira. But yeah, it's funny though. I feel like I have classmates that I was friends with that hang out more with Brovira than they do with me, because I just don't keep in contact with them. We haven't really kept in contact since university. And so, yeah, Brovira is usually the one to hang out with them, because they play stuff like League, And so they kept in touch through like their own Discord where they play League and stuff. And I don't play League. And so we just didn't really hang out after university. Yes, of course. For those on my stream, obviously you're allowed to know that I'm a streamer. Why would you not be allowed? League mentioned. League. Yeah, I don't play League. Good for you. I played League for like a while, a long time ago, way before I even began streaming. And this was like during university, and I played like a few matches, and I was just like, yeah, this game is making me tilted, and so I don't want to play League. Same thing with Pokemon Unite. I played Pokemon Unite, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to play Pokemon Unite anymore because I'm feeling tilted. And so I was like, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to mauled so quickly at a game. And so I was like, yeah, I'm cut myself off. I'm not going to play League or play, yeah, Pokemon Unite. I was like, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm Gucci. I'm okay. Just checking. Oops. I don't check. I think it's okay. It's fine. I feel like for the most part, like if you mention that I'm a streamer, it's okay. As long as they don't know my name, like my Twitch handle, I'm all right with that. Like for example, when we met up with that friend's girlfriend, and she asked me like, "So you stream?" I was just like, "Oh, yes, I do stream." That caught me a little off guard, but then I was like, "Oh, the guy knows I stream," and so I was like, "Okay, that makes sense that she knows that I stream." But I was just like, "Huh." I can't get mad at it. I play support. I made my goal. Yumi. Yeah. Alvira is definitely my government name. Yes. I know. It caught me off guard because it was my first time meeting her, right? And so I was like, oh my gosh, hi, nice to meet you. Hi. And then she goes, so you stream? And I was just like, I stream. Because I'm more used to the question of like, so what do you do for your job? But instead she hit me with, so I heard you stream. And I was just like, oh, yes, I do. And then she was like, how's that going for you? Oh my god. It's so funny. It was like the same feeling too with like when I went to stay with my friend Tao at Anime NYC at her apartment. She had friends over too. She has a roommate, and then she has some friends that were staying over. And so, Tao knows that I stream. And so they hit me with the same thing too. So they're like, I heard you're a streamer. And I was just like, yes, I am. But they were cool though. Like after chatting a bit more with them, I was fine with them knowing my channel name. I was like, yeah, if you guys want to hang out on Twitch, here's my Twitch. There you go. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun talking to them about it. And then we talked about like Elden Ring for like an hour-ish or half an hour over some board games. That was fun. We're trying to get Tao to play Elden Ring because she just got an official PC not too long ago. And so we're just like, it's time. It's time for you to play Elden Ring. Yeah. They're pros though. They're professionals. Like Tao's friends and her roommate. Oh my god, they're professionals at Elden Ring. Like they were talking about builds. They were talking about like doing multiple builds. I was like, oh my god, they're pros. I will say though, it was really funny. It was funny when they asked if I played Elden Ring, and I was like, yeah, I play Elden Ring. They're like, you play Elden Ring? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, you don't look like someone that plays Elden Ring. And I was like, oh. But they, like, I could tell, you can tell the moment that someone's interest like peaks up in a conversation, because at that moment, as soon as I confirmed that I had played Elden Ring, they got super excited to talk to me about Elden Ring. I was just like, oh, you want to talk about Elden Ring? Okay. Hi, Volmer. Welcome on in. Good evening. I recently changed my username. You're Hades. Thank you for letting me know, Hades. Do you want me to call you Hades still, or do you want me to call you Volmar? But thank you for letting me know. Good evening to you as well. Elden Ring is so gas. What does that mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I love talking about souls. What does that mean? They're pros, but did they play as Pokemon? Pokemon? No, they didn't play as Pokemon like we did. You should have said yeah. Shen carried me a little in ER. ER? Oh, Elden Ring? Shen carried me the whole way. way during our playthrough of Elden Ring. But they were cool though. Like after chatting a bit more with them, I was like, yeah, if you guys want to hang out on Twitch, here's my Twitch. They go, so you stream? And I was like, yeah, I play Elden Ring. And then she goes, so you stream? And I was just like, oh, yes, I do. And then she was like, how is that going for you? When I played the solo, when I started doing the solo version, I did not know what the heck I was doing. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Hence why I'm still stuck at Moon Mommy, you know? The whole time, I was just following what Shen told me to do. I was just like, do this. I was like, okay. Do that. I was like, okay. I don't know what to do. Okay. To be fair, I get it. It's good. Hi, my pants are shiny. Lovely to see you and spread my shiny look again. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yasmin's good. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Rage Steve. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Walmart is fine. Okay, okay. I'll keep calling you Walmart then. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like to this day, I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing in Elden Ring. I feel like I know more of what I'm doing in Night Rain than I do in Elden Ring, regular Elden Ring, you know? Because I feel like in Night Rain, it's pretty repetitive. And so you kind of have a set path that you do every time that I'm used to by now. But then with Elden Ring, I don't know what the heck I'm doing build-wise. I'm just like, what am I doing? People have these builds. Or they asked me, they were like, so Elf, what's your build? And I was just like, faith? Because I remember we talked about faith in chat, you know? And so I only did that because you guys explained to me what I was doing. And I was like, oh, yeah. Of course I know I'm doing a faith build. Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun talking to them about it. Because I didn't know. Like for me, usually I'm really nervous about talking to people. But then once I find out that we have a common interest, then I light up, you know, because I can talk about the thing that we both have an interest in. But usually if it's like other stuff, like I've had conversations with people where they start talking about like Coachella, or they start talking about going clubbing and stuff, and I don't do that stuff. You know, I've never been to Coachella, I've never been to a club, and so I just kind of like sit there until they start talking about something that I can relate to, and then I'll like chime in. But for the most part, I'm just sitting there, you know, like standing emoji. I didn't know how to jump into conversation unless it's something that I know to talk about. I have a habit of always going to a faith build. I felt so proud when I came back to Elden Ring for the expansion on new character and absolutely destroyed the tree knight right at the beginning. Oh, the sentinel? The tree sentinel? I died horribly to the tree sentinel at the beginning. I had so much confidence. I was like, oh yeah, I can beat the crab. You know, the crab that you first see before you even hop into the tutorial. I was like, watch this. I died so fast. Getting clowned by the tree sentinel is a rite of passage. Making builds in Souls games is a lot of fun. I used to do that a lot. Yeah, I think it's fun too. It's a little scary for me because I'm not used to games like that. But it is fun though. It is fun seeing people build. But I saw, oh my god, I saw Mori. I don't know if you guys know Mori Faye, but she has this like beautiful like a faith build, and it's like, I don't know if it's faith, but she has like a build where she's essentially like Ronnie's attire. She has Ronnie's hat, Ronnie's outfit, and she looks like a really like beautiful wizard. I'm just like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be the really pretty wizard. And then in the expansion, there's like the butterfly spell, and I saw people playing like a modded Elden Ring where they have like the butterfly spell that they're using, and it's like really pretty and aesthetic. I'm just like, oh, wow. I didn't know Elden Ring could be so pretty in terms of the builds. Like I know Elden Ring's pretty in general, right? I really like the scenery, but I didn't know that as a character, when you play, you could play pretty as well, if that makes sense. Probably int. No, I think she is doing int, because I remember when we were doing co-op, I also went for int because I was doing more of a magic build, you know? But yeah, I never got to Ronnie's attire, but I was like, wow, Mori's living out like that wizard life. Yeah, int build. Intelligence. Fashion's more important than stats. Oh, heck yeah. Like for me, you know, you guys know me. I'm not about like the meta and stuff. Like for me, whenever I play games, I'm always about like going with whatever I like better in terms of, for example, like Genshin characters. I went for characters I liked the look of. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. I love Ronnie's clothes so much. Yeah, Fashion Souls is the best. Fashion's more important than stats. Yeah, Ronnie is so pretty. She's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, you know, just like Moon Mommy. Moon Mommy's a little scary, but Moon Mommy's really pretty too. I'm just like, I feel like I'm Willem Dafoe whenever I look up at Moon Mommy. When she's attacking with the big moon, I'm just like, Moon Mommy! is mommy. Give me 1 second. Let me plug in my Switch real quick. Hold on. Okay. I plugged in the thingy. Have you guys seen that guy? That fox guy from Silent Hill F? I don't know. I wasn't gonna play the game, but after seeing all this art of him, I'm just like, oh my god, I kinda wanna play just so I can learn more about this fox guy in Silent Hill F. I'm just like, oh dang. He has long hair. He has white hair. He has a mask. He's mysterious, you know? He's kind of giving off like yandere vibes. I was just like, oh my god. The art that I've seen of him, I'm just like, oh my god. People are making really nice art. And so I kind of want to, I don't know. I kind of want to try to play Silent Hill F for Fox Guy. But I don't know how often you see the Fox Guy. Fashion's always the most important in builds. Yeah. Why is it not turning on? What happened? Right, yeah, the Fox Man. Why did they make him look so nice? For what? For what? I've tried avoiding stuff on Silent Hill F. I really want to play it. Look, what's the art? Here, let me show you art that I've seen. I've seen so much art. I think because I liked one art that someone did of him, and then ever since then it's been like non-stop. And I'm like, all right, you got me, Twitter. I'll play it. I'm down. Here, you want to see? Let me pull it up. He just looks so good. He reminds me of Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss or Kami-sama Hajime Mashite. And you guys know, if you know, I do kind of like the Kitsune themed boys. Here, where's art that I saw? I saved it in my bookmarks. I'm scrolling. Where is it? There was one piece of art where I saw it and I was just like, wait, I can't show that. Or I guess I can. But someone essentially drew him like shirtless, and then here, I'll show you. This was my first art that I saw of him. I was just like, oh my goodness, the Dorito shape. Here, let me show you. You ready? And then I've been seeing artwork of Invisible Girl from My Hero Academia. Oh my god, she's so pretty. I won't say what she looks like in case people don't want spoilers of her looks, but god, she's really pretty. She's so pretty. Okay, let me open it up. Window. So, this is the art that I saw. My very first art that I saw of the fox guy from Silent Hill F. Okay? Alright? You guys ready? Oh my god! Look! Oh my goodness gracious. This person's art style, I was just like, holy moly guacamole. They drew him so nice. Here. And then for those that want like the Dorito shape, okay? The Dorito shape lovers, you ready? Okay? Bam. Here, I'll link you the tweet in case you guys also want the artist. But the artist, my god, their rendering is so good. I was just like, oh my god, they draw so pretty. I'm gonna need that. There you go. I got you. But yeah, I think that was like one of the tweets that I liked from the art. And then ever since this tweet that happened like 3 days ago, ever since then, it keeps on popping up on my timeline, you know? Like here, let me find the other art that I saw. The other one was cute. The other one's more like a blushy face type of drawing of him. Okay, look. The dynamic the paintings that people have made of this man. Okay, here's the other one. Look, this is so cute. Oh my gosh, look. This is like him shy, you know, around MC, I think. I don't know a lot about their lore yet, but this is like him shy. And then they drew... A lot of people have drawn versions of him without his mask. Like what they think he looks like without the mask. And I was just like, oh my gosh, look so shy, so cute. Here, I'll link you guys this one too in case you guys want this artist as well. But yes, I have been living for these drawings of this fox guy. I'm very tempted to play Silent Hill F just for this man. I'm just like, I want to know more about this character. But he really does remind me of Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss. Tomoe is my favorite fox guy ever. Because I love Kami-sama Kiss. Kami-sama Kiss is one of my all-time favorite anime. God. This screenshot of Tomoe is like my all-time favorite because I didn't know he had long hair like that. And I'm a sucker for long-haired anime boys. And so I was just like, oh my goodness, Tomoe? Okay, here. Like, I like long-haired girlies. I love the long-haired guys in anime. It's just... You can't go wrong with long hair in anime, you know? Look right here. This is Tomoe from Kami-sama Kiss. Oh my god, I saw that picture of buff Zenyatta from ZZZ. I still can't go over it. Why is he so buff? Why did they make Zenyatta so buff? Look, Tomoe. Oh my gosh. One of my anime husbandos. Don't mind me. Alright, I'm just fangirling a little bit. Just a little bit. Hi, Mel. Can we get a shout out for Mel, please? Oh my god, Mel. You want to see him again? You want to see the Dorito-shaped Silent Hill guy again? I got you. Here. Ready? I got you, Mel. Bam. Here, let me like zoom out so you can see the full thing. Oh my god! I pressed space by accident. Wait. Where's my zoom out? There you go, Mel. I got you. Ready? There you go. Whoa. Oh, there you go. Zoom. And then let me shrink it so that I can zoom in on it. Enhance. God. Artists that draw these characters so well, though, oh my goodness. So pretty. Oh my god. Okay. All right. You guys good? I'm gonna go ahead and close it. I love Nanami too. That's what I love Nanami and Tomoe's story. They're just like their whole dynamic, you know? And then when it comes to Kami-sama Kiss, it's like a true example of like soulmates, you know? Like the whole idea of like they were meant to be since like day one. And god, I love Kami-sama Kiss. I will always think about Kami-sama Kiss. Not just for like the iconic ending theme, you know, the ending theme, the opening theme, but just god, their story is so good. I love shoujo, I love romance. I can watch romance anime all day, every day. That is my jam. That is my cup of tea right there. You could grind me on those. I know. Washboard abs. The artist gave him washboard abs. It's not the first one either. I've seen the dynamic of like either making him really cute, you know, very like ooh, very shy around the main character, or there's like down bad drawings for the fox guy. Like I said, it's just like a big spectrum when it comes to that fox guy. But yeah, god. I wish there was more. Like I know Kami-sama Kiss like ended. I won't say how it ended in case you guys don't want spoilers, but yeah, it like fully ended. Like they adapted all the way up until the OVA finale, which was the manga finale of it. And so I wish there was more, but there's no more. I like how they sass each other. They're very like, they banter a lot. I remember at first though, I hated Tomoe. I was just like, ew. But then their love story grew on me and I was like, I guess I like Nanami and Tomoe. I guess they're kind of cute or whatever, you know? But at first, I hated him. I was just like, ew. He is annoying. Where is it? Where's that picture? And then, of course, you guys know me. My favorite girl, though, in all anime, like my favorite waifu of all time, okay, is Celty. You just can't beat Celty. You know, I'm just like, oh my god, she is. I to this day, ever since I first saw her around like I think middle school, no one has beaten Celty. You know, she has her leather outfit, her leather suit. She has her helmet with the cat ears. She rides a motorcycle. She's a Doulahan. She's like badass, you know? She's voiced by Sawashiro Miyuki in the Japanese VA. It's just you can't beat her, you know? She was my intro to Sawashiro Miyuki as a voice actor, and I'm so glad it was her. I highly recommend Da-Da-Da, especially for like spooky season. It's not all paranormal, but I think it's very fitting for like that vibe if you are looking for something more spooky in terms of like paranormal, supernatural vibes. But yeah, Celty being like a Doulahan is just, oh my god, she is my queen. She is amazing. Like, let me just show you. It's so funny. Yeah, my favorite characters from Da-Da-Da are definitely, I would say, Celty, number one, right? And then after Celty, I really love the Yaoi ship, you know, that people typically always talk about when it comes to the two of them together. We have Izaya as well as Shizuo. I'm a bigger fan of Shizuo, but I remember in middle school, every person on Tumblr was shipping Izaya with Shizuo because they had like the angst where every time that they would see each other, they would like fight each other. You know what I mean? Shizuo! I love the dynamic. Whenever Shizuo, you know, came in contact with Celty, whenever they would talk. But yeah, they all have like not a quirk in the way of like My Hero Academia quirk, but they all have a rumor that spread about them, you know? So Celty, she's like the Doulahan rumor, and then Shizuo, he's known as like the man with the superhuman power, superhuman strength. But he's always dressed in like not a butler attire, but he's always like, I forgot there was an outfit where he's in a suit. Oh my god, he looks so good. But he's usually in like a vest outfit. Here, can I just find? Oh, here it is. This is like his full outfit right here. Look. This is like his usual attire, and he's always seen with a stop sign because once again, he's known for his like superhuman strength, and so whenever you see him in the anime, he's always throwing a stop sign at someone. You know, usually Izaya, and then another character that I really like. So my top three characters, I would say once again, are Shizuo, Celty, and then Saki. Those are my top three favorites. Saki, her story isn't really mentioned until, or not. Actually, no, maybe not Saki. Saki. No, actually, I won't say it. I won't talk about Saki. She's a special case. There's a reason why I like Saki, but at the same time, is a little biased. If you know, you know. Saki is the one that is. How do I say it without spoiling it? I guess it's kind of obvious when they talk about it. Okay, Saki, she's the one that has Celty's head. Because Celty, she becomes separated from her head at the very beginning, and that's like her whole lore. She's trying to find her head, you know, so that she can be reunited with her head. But her head's been like tossed around everywhere from different people. And so Saki, she's the one that has her head, but it's on another person's body, you know? And so for the longest time, she tries to go after Saki. Hi! Oh my gosh! Hello, Emu! Welcome on in! I had a dream about you. Oh my goodness, ma'am. Happy belated birthday, by the way. Here, wait. Before I forget, this is for you, ma'am. Can we get a shout out for Emu, please? I miss you too. I hope you've been doing well. This is for you, ma'am. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pause the music. Okay, this is for you. Sorry, I'm like fangirling about anime characters right now. Don't mind me, just talking about waifus and husbandos. Alright, this is for you. Okay, ready? And a 1, and a 2. Yay! Otanjobi omedetou! I hope you had a wonderful birthday, ma'am. And I miss you too. You know, for me, it's like when it comes to the friendos, even if we haven't chatted in a while, I still think about y'all, and I'm always down to chat again. Of course, of course. Yeah, we're just not just forgetful. I feel like forgetful, but also in a combination of like, you know, busy. Like I feel like a lot of us in this space especially are just like super busy, hustling and bustling. Like if you guys don't know, she's like on that grind. I always see her posting, you know, new artwork, but then having a merch being made, you know? And so I know artists, you guys grind extra hard. Oh my gosh. Not that I'll end you. Facebook during middle school, I posted so much stuff. Oh my god, did you go into the Colors website, Mel? I remember when someone made like a fan Colors website, and I went on there, and then I think it was just like a big chatting forum. But I remember going onto there, and I was like, that's so cool that they made like a whole Colors website. Hi, Alter, welcome on in. Russian sushi, yeah. It was the sushi master. The sushi master was Russian, and I think that was the person that he was working for, right? But yeah, the third character that I was gonna talk about is Anri. Anri-chan. Anri, she also kind of has a bit of like a spoiler to her, like what her arc is. But Anri, she was one of the, as I would call it, sleeper characters that you would talk about in the beginning. Like in the beginning, you think of her as just like, oh, she's like the female love interest of this character, right? But then I was like, oh my, she is so much more than just the love interest. And so I really liked Anri as well. Anri, Celti, and Shizuo are my top 3 characters. You didn't like her? Did you watch all the seasons? How come you didn't like her? Or was it just like a personal preference thing? I thought she was really cool. She was a really cool character with her power. Or quote unquote her power. Oh, you watched all of it and you didn't like her? I mean, that's fair though. Everyone has different preferences on which characters that they like. I'm surprised though. I thought Anri was a very popular character. But yeah, Celti is top waifu though. God. Celti just looks so good. And I love Celti's love story. You know, I like how she's so strong and she's so focused on her job. But then she has like a little soft spot, you know? She's like out and about all day, every day, doing her thing, hustling and bustling. And then she comes home to her nerdy, you know, husbando, the scientist that brought her back, essentially, from the dead. What's his name again? Shinra? Shinra? Is that his name? Yeah. Look right here. I remember I saw so much art of them together in middle school as well. Look, so cute. And I love how like for the first few seasons, you know, she's like very tsundere against him because, you know, he's fallen in love with her ever since he brought her back from the dead, you know, essentially. But she didn't really care about love because she just focused on finding her head instead. All she wanted was her head back, you know? And so she was doing a bunch of these random odd jobs for the sake of potentially getting intel about her head. And then eventually you just see more go on, and then you find out that, you know, she does have feelings for him. And I'm just like...
Thanks to Atmodraco94 for my sub-gift.
Like, look! Also, T-Rex, thank you so much for the resub at 8 months. I hope you enjoy your emotes as well as your sub badge. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay as a T-Bun. Thank you, T-Rex. And thank you, Mod Rocker, for gifting that sub to T-Rex as well. Thank you so much. Hi, T-Rex. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Look. Now I'm fangirling about my OTPs. There's this like one scene that I think is super cute. You know, he's always like ready. He's like a housewife, essentially. He's like the house husband for Celty. He does his like scientist stuff, but then whenever Celty comes home, he's like a golden retriever. He's like, Celty! Celty! And like I said, she's like annoyed with it at first, but then come later on, she really comes around to liking him. And look, there's a scene where they're together and she has like her Dualhan smoke, right? Because she's headless, but she shows her emotions through texting as well as through her gas thing that she has. And so there's a part where she pops up wait, follower mode? Oh, I'm so sorry. Follower mode is not supposed to be turned on. Thank you for letting me know, Senri. Hi, Sunny. How you doing today? Can we get a shout out for Sunny Ursa, please? Hi, Sunny. It's nice to see you. Can we get a shout out? Sunny is so sweet. Sunny is so amazing, so comfy, so funny. A gamer as well. And so if you want to say hi to Sunny, please go say hi. Hi. Follower mode should be off. That's so weird. I don't know why follower mode was on. But thank you for letting me know. Yeah, if you guys ever see follower mode on, that's not supposed to be on. That's supposed to be disabled right at the start of my stream. Every time that I turn that off. That's weird. I don't know. I disabled it and it said disabled. So that meant it was turned on.
Yet another reset Tuesday. Surely today will be the day, right? Haha, smile.
What the heck? Not reset Ruse Day. Jackson, I was literally just talking to Wuppo about it. That you're the person that sticks up with the alliteration the most. Wait! Senny! Senny! What the heck? You're so sweet. Senny, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness, I love you too. Thank you for being so sweet. This is for you, Senny, and for your bear clan. You got me. You got me. I was just like, oh, what happened? But here you go. Up at you. Up at you. Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. For anyone that's new here, my name is Elvira and I am a variety game streamer as well as a Runaway Princess VTuber. I chat a lot. I also, play games as well a lot. I've been really into the scary game vibe for October, and so we'll definitely have some scary games in case you guys want to see some screaming from me. But yeah, for anyone that does not know Senny, once again, please go check out Senny if you have not already. I was actually tuned and muted until just chatting. Thank you for being so cute and for the stream. No, Senny, thank you. Thank you for being so kind and for rating me. If you need to head off to wind down after stream, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. We were just talking about the anime Da-da-da, or Da-da-da-da-da, if you guys have not heard of it before. Hi, Rai! I did not even start yet. We're about to start right now. I've been busy chatting. But yeah, if you wanna stick around, we're about to do our first prediction of the day. Yeah, what a classic, right? Indeed. And also, Nekuki, thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy your stay. Whoa. Thank you for the water. No worries. Yes. Go get some of those tasks done. I don't want to keep you here, but thank you so much. Thank you, Sunny. Yes, there's a game. Okay, we'll keep on chatting as I game. All right, let me hop on over right now. All right. Okay. All right. If Pokemon Legends CA lets you get a shiny starty, it's Jover. No, because I told myself after this starter shiny run, I'm never doing this ever again. I'm gonna stick to my Masuda method, or my call for help method, or my other methods of shiny farming, because this one is by far the most brutal. And so I'm never going to do this ever again. I don't want to ever hunt for a shiny this way ever again. I am good. It'll be my one-time experience and then I will move on. But yeah, we're gonna pull it up here, alright? But you guys are just in time. We actually do a prediction every time that I do this. And what that means is that if you guys want to vote on if you believe that I'll get a shiny versus on if I don't get a shiny, you guys can win some channel points. Why not? Oh, I don't know. I've been doing this since 2021 and I still don't have a shiny Piplup. And so, I don't know. I can't really think of a reason except for, it's taken forever. It's taken me forever. I am currently at 6,800 resets. I'm okay doing this once and never again. It'll be my once in a lifetime experience for my scary games or not scary games, for my shiny hunting methods. But at the same time, I guess it is pretty scary. Alright, okay. So I believe we are at... Oh my god. Yes, we are currently at 6,825. Okay, 6,825. And pull it up. Yeah, I started this back in 2021, and then I've been unlucky. Very unlucky. 6,825. But for the most part, whenever I do these resets, it's just chatting along with the resetting anyway. And so, yeah. Shiny counter, Piplup sprite, slideshow. Okay. Why does the counter look like that? Oops, that's the wrong thing I'm moving. My bad. Actually, can I fix it? Let me just fix it for today. Transform, reset. There we go. But yes, I use a website for my counter. I don't have like an official widget for my counter. And there are definitely more counters that I've seen, but I just stick with the same one after all these years because I'm just like, you know, for consistency, it's been the same counter all this time. And so why not? For the heck of it, you know? Okay. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Look away. If it works, it works. Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, exactly. That's how I want it to be. Yes. Okay. All right. So there's the number, the big old number right there on the screen. All right. And I will pull up the prediction right here for those that want to join in on the prediction. Okay. So, prediction. All right. Do you think I will get a shiny Piplup or Starly by 6,850? So, either or, you can predict, and you have 5 minutes to predict. So, 5 minutes to vote on if you think I'll get a shiny Piplup or a Starly. It can be either or. See, it comes out in 9 days. It's been 2 full games and 3 whole DLCs and no shiny. I know! I know. Hi, Psych. How many hours have you spent on this already? I don't know the exact number of hours. I would love to know, but I don't know. And I'm scared to find out. I'm nervous. I don't know. What if it doesn't exist? It does. It does. So I've been asked that question many times on if it exists or not. It does. And the whole reason why I started doing this in 2021 is because everyone was doing it, right? And I was like, you know, I love Piplup. Piplup is one of my favorite starters. And so I was like, why not? It sounds fun. It has not been fun. It was fun for a little bit. But then at this point now, I've fallen into the sunk cost fallacy. And so it feels like I've just, you know, put in so much time and effort that I just need to see it through, you know? Maybe ZA DLC will be released by the time she gets the shiny. It will be! Because there's already a DLC already. I don't know if DLC has exclusive stuff. Just saw that they had an outfit, but it looks ugly. I hope that... I think they were going to bring it back. Because for some Pokemon games, they let you customize your character's outfit. And I think from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like Legend ZA does let you customize your outfit. And so you can change it up to stuff that you prefer instead. Also, I Care Lions, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you, thank you. Is EA worth to pre-order? I think if you like what you've seen so far, yes. But if you're not really interested in it right now, then I would probably wait and see. But for me, since I do already like the concept of it, because I really like Mega Evolutions, and I also really like the concept of it because I played X and Y, and I was a huge fan of X and Y and the story, you know, with Az, which is the really tall guy. And so I like it for the nostalgia since there's some Easter eggs for those that played X and Y. But I would say if it's not really your cup of tea from the trailer, then maybe wait and see before you pre-order it. You're broke now! I hope it stays that way, Maxie, because I think you voted against me, right? Alvin, everyone in chat, did you see this weird short movie thing that Nintendo released on all YouTube channels? Close to you? I don't think I saw that one. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I saw it. Easy money. Yeah, that is true. It's just business. Well, I hope that the business goes bankrupt then. Because then that means I get my shiny. I hope I get my shiny today. Oh, it was released today, a couple hours ago. Okay, never mind. I have not seen it then. I have not. I've been seeing it though for Pocopia, right? How people have done like fan art. They've done fan art of Pocopia. And there was this really one sad art that I saw last night where essentially, if you guys don't know, the fan theory is that, you know, something happened to the trainer, obviously, because when the trailer started, you would see the Ditto next to the Pokedex that's in the sand, right? And the trainer's not there anymore. And so the trainer turns into, or the Ditto turns into the trainer. And so it's kind of implied that, you know, the trainer passed away from something, and then the Ditto decided to take the form of their trainer. And so someone made this really sad art. It made me sad last night. But the artwork, essentially, it showed... What did it say? It showed the Ditto, you know, reminiscing about their trainer. And then it had the words... I remember the kindness you gave me, and I miss you terribly, but it's okay, because now I can share it with the others, which are the other Pokemon. And I was just like, no! I'm gonna cry! And the caption of it is, all that I do is in memory of you. I hate it, man. Pokemon has some really bittersweet stories, and just straight up like sad stories, you know? And so that made me really sad. I know, yeah! Ditto around the OG starters, the Kanto region starters. Hi, Jess! Welcome in, by the way. Hello there. But here, this is the comic if you guys want to see it for yourselves. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, it's really sad, but really sweet. I'm really excited for Pocopia, you know, since it gives off the Animal Crossing vibes. More like Pokemon Life Sim, but also the story makes me sad. I feel like it's gonna make me cry. It's gonna make me cry. Hi, Jess! I put all my money into Believe because I think it's funny. I never use the points for anything. Thank you, Jess! Thank you for believing in me. I got you right here, right now, today. But look, this is the artwork right here. As you can see, right? We have the lovely art right here of Pocopia fan art. So you can see, right? There's the trainer in the first picture with holding the Ditto, and then there's the picture afterwards of like the beginning of the game where the Pokedex is in the sand. And then at the very bottom, you have the picture of the Ditto that took the form of their trainer, surrounded by other Pokemon, just like they were with their trainer. And I'm just like, how dare they put me in my feels? But yeah, this is the artist if you want to check them out, right here. My heart, man. I hate it. I hate whenever they do stuff when it comes to like the trainer relationship with their Pokemon. I feel so much for the trainers and the Pokemon. I know, they went for the jugular. How dare they? How dare they? Poltergeist. Thank you, Racy. Thank you so much for putting 10k on getting the shiny. Thank you, thank you. I believe. This is crunch time, okay? We are on crunch time. Crunch Wrap Supreme time, okay? We need to get that Piplup today. This is like the week before. Potentially the last week before Pokemon ZA comes out. Legend ZA? Today has to be the day for a shiny Piplup. The comics that depict the Pokemon feeling lonely, seeing their trainers slowly play the game less and less, but being understanding. I've seen that too with Animal Crossing. You know, like how they talk about how the mayor hasn't been around for a while, or in New Horizons they talk about how you haven't been around for a while as like the decorator, and it makes me so sad. You know, I'm just like not like this. Or people have done art of Nintendogs as well, how the dogs are still waiting for you, right? Or Minecraft. Oh my god, I've seen it for Minecraft where people have like their Minecraft animals, like their cats or their dogs, the wolves, and then you just see the background, like the environment of the house getting more and more older. That gets to me so badly, and I feel so bad, you know. I'm just like, ugh. And I think about it too for like VCraft Enchanted. My babies, Pepper and Aurora, the big babies, along with the doggos. My heart. When I thought about like when I had to say goodbye to the server and say goodbye to Pepper, especially, my god, it tugged at the heartstrings, because you know, Pepper was our first mount that we got gifted from by Doctor, aka Taiga. And they do exist. Okay, they do exist. There's a backup, all right? They technically do exist. It's just that time does not flow for them anymore, you know? Since the server is no longer up in that sense. And so it's like they're backed up, and so they do exist, but it's just the whole concept that time has stopped for them. Don't say that! They're not in the void anymore. Don't say that. Hi, Lord Agent. I'm doing well. How about you? How you doing today? Welcome. We're just currently chatting as we're resetting for a Piplup. Just saying, it'd be really funny if you made me a millionaire today. Oh my god. I every time it happens, every time we do this prediction, I always want to get a shiny. So the people that do believe in me get rewarded, you know? Because honestly, you know, it's like people have said, you're more likely to get points back if you go for the doubting one. But for those that believe in me, I want to reward you guys so badly, because I appreciate y'all for believing in me and for believing in the shiny. You're doing wonderful. Nice. I believed once, I lost 30k. Yeah, once again, you know, like I said, it's more likely that you'll benefit from not believing in me. You play both sides, and I appreciate that, you know. It's all right. Some days if you Kyle, you're playing on the doubting side today? I see how it is, Kyle. I see how it is. I see that number 2 next to your name. How could you? How could you? I'm just kidding. If you don't get it, I win. If you do get it, I also win, because you got it and you're happy. Aww. Thanks, Kyle. Okay, I guess that made up for it. Pokemon are evil. No, they're not. Hi, dog. Welcome on in, by the way, Doggy Toshi. Top doubter. Oh, Kyle, you're not beating the allegations. Top doubter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forget my gasps are very jarring, you know? I picked up on that from Trilly. Often just get put on the lower side, at least at the time when I contribute, but I alternate sometimes. So was playing it safe. So was the safe gambler. Where's my number 2 badge? There's a number 1 badge? I don't see the number 1 badge next to Oh, you mean like believing in me as like if you went with believe, it's number one. It's okay. You can doubt me. That's fine. You all can doubt me. It's okay. If there isn't any gamba on the low side, there's nothing to win. I like to contribute to the side that gets less bets. I see. I see. 100% doubting you. Thanks. I appreciate it. A safe gambler. Yeah. You just risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, Jess, that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know? You gotta know when that biscuit's worth the risk. All your neutral party? Thanks, Basil. We appreciate neutral parties as well, because I know not everyone gets to vote. That's alright. Playing against chance. If I tell Fate that you won't get, then Fate will spite me and let you get it. Ooh, we're going for reverse psychology. Okay, Kyle. Alright, I see you. Reverse psychology. Okay, okay. God, I hope they have board games at TwitchCon. A little random, but I was thinking about it, you know. I was like, I really hope they have like a board game section at TwitchCon where you can all just like gather around together and play board games. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun. I want to play Red Flags. Red Flags is so fun, but it is risky to play on stream. Definitely not gaslight. Are you trying to girl boss gatekeep gaslight me, Kyle? That's not very nice of you to do that. I'm just kidding. I think there's a tabletop room that will have board game options. I want to play Red Flags. I want to play worst case scenario. I want to play all the games, you know, that can break friendships. I think it'd be fun. Or just like goofy ones, you know, the ridiculous ones. Oh, what? I would never. Uh-huh. Wait, I see that as emotes. Is that supposed to be cash money? It's not very cash money of you. What is Red Flags? So Red Flags is kind of similar to Cards Against Humanity, but make it dating wise. And so the way it works is that every person has 5, I think, red flags in their hand, or 3 red flags. I can't remember, but it's like 3 to 5 red flag cards in their hand. And the red flags are stuff like, you know, stuff like they have to pee every 5 minutes. Or there's other ones that are more chill, like, you know, they're emotionally closed off. And then you have... Oh, wait, I forget my brain. Am I mixing it up? Oh, no, yes. So you have those ones, right? But then, why is peeing every 5 minutes a red flag? Because it's like goofy, you know? It's goofy. It's supposed to be goofy, like they can't help, but they have to pee every 5 minutes. All day, every day. Like there's no change up. Every 5 minutes they have to pee, no matter what, you know? And so that's a red flag, just for like the goofier ones. And so the way it works is that you have green flags as well. And the green flag is supposed to be like the main thing that they're dating for, you know? And so the way it works is the person that's playing that round, they have, you know, to choose. They have to choose the person that they want to date. And so each person, they will initially put down like a green flag. You know, they're like, okay, so this person is, for example, they are a boss. You know, they're like a CEO of a company. And then another person could have like they're rich. Another person could have that they are very communicative, you know? And then there's another person that could have another one like they always smell good, right? And then the way it works is that the person to the left of you or to the right of you, I forget, but the person next to you is supposed to sabotage your green flag. And so you put down red flags like, okay, sure, yeah, they might be good at communicating, they might be rich, but they have to pee every 5 minutes, you know? And then go around in a circle, you each put down a red flag, and then at the end of it, you have to kind of like debate and try to vouch for the person that you have, so that the person choosing who they want to date will choose the person that you have, even with the red flags. And so, yeah, it's really goofy, right? You're trying to convince people like, yeah, just look past the red flags because of this reason. And then the person that gets their card chosen the most is the winner. So, yeah, it is really goofy. It's goofy. There's other stuff too. Like there's one where it's like the person's always dressed up as a clown. no matter what. Like any attire, any occasion, they're always dressed up as a clown. Or there's like other serious ones too. But yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun, especially with friends. I feel like with close friends, you know, there are some there are some cards that are a little sussy, but it's really funny. It's really funny if you take out some of the sussy cards that you don't like, but then keep some of the other sussy ones that are more funny as well. You're considering bringing a few of the smaller board games, but you only have a few and they're not really large group games. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. I don't know if people will have time to play, if I'm being honest. Like, I know for Saturday, I'm going to be busy all day helping Cess out at her table. And then depending on like how many people want to meet up and stuff, I don't know if there'll be time to like sit down at the convention. Hi, Himbo. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Your favorite gacha game? Oh, yeah. What? Red flags? Hi, Miyabi. I love Pokemon. I grew up with Pokemon. Yes. Red flag for kidney stones. Well, okay, now you guys are thinking about it more like the serious sense, okay? It's supposed to be fun and goofy, all right? It's fun and goofy. It's not supposed to be like, yeah, I think they have kidney stones, and so... It's just supposed to be like, do you want to be with someone that's gonna go to the bathroom every 5 minutes? You know? Type of thing. It's supposed to be more chill. More chill. Like I said, like the one where the person's like always dressed up as a clown, no matter the occasion. It could be a funeral, they're dressed up as a clown. It could be a wedding, they're dressed up as a clown. It could be, you know, I don't know, a business meeting, they're dressed up as a clown. Hi, Bean. Welcome on in. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Nova. Are those tacos? I like chibi sprays. I think they're cute. I think so too. At first, I wasn't really a big fan of the chibis style, since, you know, I was more used to the Game Freak style where they're more long. Like here, like this sprite, right? And so I thought the characters were going to look like this the entire time. But then I really liked the way that they talked about it, how they made them sprites to kind of keep it more true to the OG game. Because in the OG game, when you walk around, you're chibi, right? Chibi sprite? Chibi 2D. And so after that, I was like, okay, I've come around to liking it. But at first, I was not really a big fan of it. Oh no, Carolians, you're fine. That's okay. I think it's fun. Like, you can play games however you like, you know? Like, when it comes to those type of games, you can argue a more serious argument. You can argue a more goofy argument. And so I was just joking around. Like, for those that do bring up the serious arguments, I'm just like, oh, dang, you got the facts down. That's really cool. It's like little pieces of, you know, trivia. Like, yeah, they have kidney stones. But then for me, I'll just be like, oh, it just means like if you go to, like, for example, if you're going to like sleep in the same bed, if that person wakes up every 5 minutes and you're a light sleeper, then that means that they're going to wake you up every 5 minutes. Like, that'd be the type of argument that I would do to try to deter someone from choosing someone with that red flag. I'd be like, do you want to wake up every 5 minutes? But then someone else could argue like, oh, but this person's actually a deep sleeper, and so it shouldn't really matter to them, type of thing. It's just fun. It's fun to make up arguments and try to counter them with each other. It's like debating, you know? You can debate with each other. Favorite thing about Pokemon is the battling. I like coming up with strategies. I like it too. Like, when I first got into Pokemon, I definitely liked it more for the cute animals, you know? Cute Pokemon. But then I liked it for the story, because my first intro to Pokemon actually was through the anime. And so I really like the story of the characters. And then afterwards, after I started playing the games, I thought more about strategies. I watched videos of people coming up with strats and stuff. And so I slowly came around to liking the battle strategies. But for the most part, I don't really compete in terms of like competitive Pokemon. I just like fighting the battles in game, and that's it. I don't really care for TCG or like... I think Pokemon Showdown was probably the most that I did in terms of battling, but yeah. I didn't really battle too much outside of the game. Oh my goodness, Carolians! I cannot give an opinion about that because for Twitch TOS, I cannot say anything about it, I believe. But yeah, I know a lot of people that back in the day, use stuff like action replay, you know? Like back in my day, action replay was the way that people would, you know, get shinies and stuff. And so I remember there were so many people that would use action replays, but they wouldn't talk about it whenever they made videos on how to get legendaries. And so I would always get caught by those videos where they would pretend that you'd be able to get a Pokemon legendary naturally if you tap the 4 corners of your touchscreen. I really thought I could do it, but no, these people got their legendaries and their shinies from an action replay. And so I was like, dang it, I fell for it again. I fell for it once again for someone that's using action replay. I'm not calling myself an unk, okay? I'm just saying, back in my day, people used the action replay. The thing about competitive Pokemon is very back and forth. Yeah, like I feel with Pokemon, there's always strategies that are the meta, and then they end up not being the meta. And then there's another strat that is meta for a bit, but then no longer meta, and then it comes back as a meta. Power creeping, all that jazz, you know? Yeah, I'm just a casual trainer. I'm a casual trainer that trains to... Like okay, you wanna know my strategy? Back in the day, I would overtrain my Pokemon. Like I would always overlevel my Pokemon, and that would be my strat, because if I'm overleveled, I'm stronger than the gym leaders. And so if I'm stronger, then it's easier for me to win. And so that was like my main strat when I was younger. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna overlevel. I'm gonna push it until the max, because if you overlevel too much, the Pokemon don't listen to you. But I usually would push it until the limit. Once Nintendo cut off support to the 3DS and turned off the Nintendo Store, I did it because it's untraceable and you can trade them up to current gen if you still have... I forgot about that! They did turn off support for 3DS. Oh man, sad. I'm casual about giving my Pokemon often. Me too! Like I was a casual trainer that would still EV train. You know, EV, IV train. I did the whole like, alright, I'm gonna get a perfect, you know, IV Ditto. I'm going to have a shiny Ditto. It's gonna be regional. Different region from my region. I'm gonna make it a shiny Pokemon. I'm gonna give it the perfect IVs. And I'm going to, you know, train up their EVs. All to what? Fight against regular trainers in the game. But I don't know. I just liked it for funsies. I was just like, I want to make them optimal even if I'm not competing, right? Competitively. It was just fun. It was fun to do that. But my god, the amount of times that I would do that, you know, EV train, get them perfect IVs, make them a shiny. I spent so much time doing that. Just for my own fun. Cynthia traumatized me and many others, so back in the day I made it my mission to avenge all players who lost that champion. Isn't it amazing though how strong she is? Don't mind me just being, you know, a little down bad for Cynthia. Cynthia's so pretty. I'm so happy she was my first ever Pokemon champion that I fought against, because she's so pretty. She's so cool. It's amazing that she's so strong as well, right? And so she set my standard really high. She set my standard real high when it came to champions in Pokemon. And so I remember ever since then, I kept looking for other champions that were just as strong as her and cool. But to this day, I don't think anyone beats Cynthia, at least for me personally. She's just amazing. And then I remember with champion Diana or Diane. I can't remember if it's Diane or Diana from X and Y. She was really cool too, but I was a little disappointed with how easy she was. Like in general, I feel like all the fights are quite easy in X and Y, especially with the whole friendship system with Pokemon. And so I wish she was a little stronger, but for me, she was really easy compared to Cynthia. Cynthia, she like scared me, you know, because I didn't fight her first. It was actually Brovia. Brovia fought her first, and he was stuck. I think he was stuck inside the Elite Four because he saved inside of the Elite Four battle as opposed to like saving outside before you go inside, because the way it works for the champion fight, right, or the Elite Four, is that once you go in, you can't go back out. There's no healing, no nothing. And so Brovia, like we were both quite young, and so he actually saved inside of the Elite Four, and so he was stuck there just trying to beat her over and over again, you know. And then for me, I had seen what happened to him, and so for me, I ended up saving outside of the the Elite Four. But at the same time, I was also very prepared in the sense of like I was nervous. And so I over-leveled my Pokemon. I overstocked my stock. And then I went to go fight her. And thankfully, I was able to beat her in one go. But man, she was hard. She scared me. She scared the heck out of me. Her music is just so... How do you describe her music? Like, you can tell that she dominates the battlefield with her music because it's that intense, you know? Same thing with like Arceus. When you go fight Arceus in the Japanese version of games, right? Or if you go fight... Who else has like a really intense theme? I just remember Cynthia and Arceus had really intense themes when you fought them. Giratina was kind of intense, but not as intense, I feel like. Like, it doesn't give you that feeling of dread that Cynthia and Arceus did. Yeah, aura! Yeah. She had aura. Yeah. The amount of oh crap reactions there on YouTube when they heard the Cynthia piano riff in Legends Arceus. Yes! When I heard that theme, I was like, oh heck no. I was like, what do you mean? I really thought that bad guy, I forget his name, but I really thought he was a relative of Cynthia because they look exactly the same hairstyle wise. And so I thought he had some sort of relation to Cynthia, but no, apparently there's no relation to Cynthia at all. Yeah, Volo! Like Volo, he has Cynthia's hair. And I thought there'd be some sort of connection, you know, since it was Legends for Gen 4, but yeah, he was just a bad guy. I remember when she surprise battled you in Black and White. Me too! Me too as well! Yeah. When she jump scared me with the battle, I was like, okay, we're doing this right now. Kyle! Oh my gosh. The champions and the secret battles are always like the endgame Pokemon test for me growing up. But then after it was Meg, I knew, which ones to use. I see. Yeah, I feel like as you get older, you definitely have more knowledge, you know, in your arsenal about how to beat Pokemon. And so I know for a few people after, for example, like Game Boy, right? The Game Boy games, it just wasn't as fun anymore. And so I know some people that stopped after like Emerald. I know some people that stopped after Gen 4. I know some people that stopped after it became 3D, you know? And so I think it's valid. I think it's valid for people that just kind of either like outgrew Pokemon or felt like it wasn't as fun anymore, you know? Ho-Oh's theme! Lugia's theme! Deoxys! When you fight Deoxys, that theme is kind of creepy to me. It creeps me out. She has it all, looks, vast knowledge of Pokemon, and she loves ice cream a lot. So much she had... I know, right? She has like Gap Moe for Cynthia. Like whenever I see really cute moments of Cynthia in the anime, I'm just like, that's so cute. She has Gap Moe. She's so serious and so strong and powerful, but then she's really cute about her ice cream, you know? Cheats. Oh! I don't know who you're talking about. Having 8 Pokemon, his team of 6, Giratina and Origin form back-to-back is infuriating enough, though. Oh, Cyrus? Oh, Volo. Oh, I thought you were talking about Cyrus for a second. I just said what you said. If they did something where the Pokemon rotate out and be different each time, then that'd be a different story for my... your younger self. I see. Kind of finished my platinum playthrough because I got tunnel vision shiny hunting Giratina and forgot about it because I got busy. That's valid too. I think that's perfectly valid. Yeah. I love me some Gap Moe. Me too. I love me some Gap Moe as well. I think it's so cute seeing like a really serious character, but then they have a really soft spot for like, you know, I don't know, like plushies or for animals, you know. It's like the one thing to make the CEO that's so stoic break, right? In terms of like their composure, and then they see something cute and they kind of like fangirl about it. You always see that dynamic. It's like, it's always the MC. They stumble upon the stoic character that's super serious and seen as like the cold character. And then they'll have like a puppy that jumps onto them, or they'll see a plushie that they love and it breaks their stoic composure. And you're just like, oh, they're kind of cute, you know? Yeah, Yeah, some really... Oh my god, are you talking about like a... what was that anime called? The way of the house husband, right? Where it's like the mafia leader who's the house husband, right? Like they're really strong and they are the leader of like the Yakuza, but then they also make really cute food for the wife whenever she comes home. Oh my gosh! Galax, thank you so much for the raid. Hello everyone on the YouTube side that just popped on in from the raid. Thank you, Galax. I hope you've been doing well. It's nice to see you. This is for all of you. But thank you so much for the YouTube raid. This is for you guys. Apachu! Apachu! Welcome to the tea shop. I hope you enjoy your stay here at our tea party. Thank you so much, Galax. How have you been? I hope you've been doing well. And hello everyone as well that came in from the community. We're currently still hunting for our shiny Piplup. Surprise, surprise. So if you want to stick around with us, please feel free to do so. But thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Ethan. Hi, Galax. Hello, Demokin. Nice to see y'all. Thank you so much. What's good? Hope stream is going well and the funny penguin shines. I hope so too. We're currently at 6,840. We're 10 away from the very first prediction. And so far, no shiny yet. But hopefully it does come by today at some point. We saw you were on this hunt again, so we thought we'll hop in. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I've been away for a little bit from shiny hunting just because of Beecraft Enchanted. And then last week was more of me just kind of getting back into the groove of things. And so today is like the first official day of going back to shiny hunting. Yeah, 6,000 encounters, right? Hi, Dark Canary. Welcome on in as well. I have no idea who you are, but I hope you get the shiny. Oh, thank you! My name is Elvira. You can call me Elf, LVL. I stream both on Twitch and on YouTube. And so, yeah, you guys are more than welcome to hang around if you want to stick around for my shiny hunting today. Yeah, I play Pokemon. I play a bunch of other games as well recently. I've played Water Park Simulator. I've played some scary games for October. I play Story of Seasons, aka Harvest Moon. I play all the games. I have 6 shiny Piplups. I'm not... Oh, thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. But no, it's okay. I've been offered getting shiny Piplups from chat, but for me, the whole purpose is not like the shiny Piplup. It's more so me getting the shiny Piplup with the method that I'm using. And so I purposely want to see if I can try and, you know, get this shiny Piplup with the starter method. Because I've done Masuda method, I've done the call for help method, I've done the mob method, and so I really want to see if I can conquer the starter method. Thank you, Dark Canary. 6969. We'll see, Galax. Yeah, there's a few people that are hoping that I get a shiny Piplup at 6,969. Hi, G6 Bear. Welcome on in. Bye, Demokin. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Mata ne. Hi, Galax. Welcome in on the Twitch side as well. In 7. To get it on your own. Exactly. Yes. I'm trying to get it on my own. Yes. I would never subject myself to this hunt. And I don't recommend it. Like, if anyone were to ask me, like, oh, Elvira, what's the best way to do shiny hunting? I recommend call for help if you're playing in a game where they have call for help, like Pokemon Sun and Moon. But without it, you can't go wrong with Masuda. I feel like Masuda is like the... Oh, how do you say it? Tried and true method of doing shiny hunting. You can, you know, pass down the IVs. You can choose your nature. You can just really manipulate how you want your Pokemon to be, right? And then you just wait for the shiny to pop up. And so, yeah, I recommend the Masuda method. That's my true and tried method that I've done all these years. Oops. Okay. Oops, my controller. Thank you, Ethan. Can you imagine getting a shiny living dex? I could not. I don't think I would ever do that. It sounds fun, but not my cup of tea. Yes, I feel like the call for help SOS method is the best method to this day. Because, you know, when it comes to that method, all you do is you have to get the Pokemon, like a random Pokemon, and then you keep that Pokemon alive while you kill the other one over, or you make the other one faint over and over again until it spawns the shiny that you want, right? And so that was so easy. I felt like I got shiny Pokemon with the SOS method so quickly, super quickly. True and true method, tried and tried method, true and tried. You know what I mean, right? I don't remember the names of stuff sometimes. And I hate it because usually it happens on stream. I feel like I know phrases, but then for some reason, whenever I start streaming and I try to talk on stream, I'll forget words, I'll forget to spell things, I'll forget to pronounce things, I'll forget how to, you know, say catchphrases. I'm just like, hello, Almira? Is your memory not working? 837 methods for the living deck so far. Oh my god. Good luck, Alex. Broken Pasta. Is Masuda from Game Freak? I don't know if Masuda's from Game Freak. I don't know where the Masuda method name came from, but I just know it was called Masuda method. Horde hunting, I haven't tried as much, but yeah, I heard it's very easy for Violet and Scarlet, right? What do you think you'll call the Pokemon or the Piplup when you get it? I laughed and joked about it in the sense of where I would name the Pokemon the number that I get it at, but I don't want to call it that number because if I call it that number, I'm just gonna think of the hunt every time that I play, and so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I name it when I get it. It'll be more of like I'll feel for the name when it pops up. I actually don't know what the right way to say it is either. Yeah, sometimes I just kind of go along with it and, you know, once again, fake it until I make it. Just like, yeah, true and tried and true. Yeah, that's the one. Morika. Method was named after the Game Freak co-founder Junichi. Ah, Masuda. Okay. I did not know that. Today I learned. You wanted me Satoshi Taijiri so I can ask what his favorite Pokemon is. Bye, Galax. Yes, no worries. I'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by today, and good luck with your class tomorrow. Bye-bye. Good night. Penguin. Piplup. Maybe I'll just name it Pain. You know, make it extra edgy. Like, you know how some are named Slain or Slade? He's Mr. Pokemon himself, if you're wondering. Wait, really? Wait, is that why Ash Ketchum's name is Satoshi in the Japanese version? Because he named himself as the trainer? I didn't know who that was, but I was like, Satoshi. Sounds like the Pokemon trainer. Oh my god, he is! Oh, now I know. Oh, dang, I did not know that. Right now, I'm starting hunting male Esper or Meowstic. Good luck! I hope you're able to get it, Ethan. I think Satoshi is just a very easy, generic Japanese name to use, to be honest. Oh, I see. Yeah, exactly! Yeah, like Pain from Naruto, but not Pain from Naruto. It's Pain as in pain because it brought me pain with this shiny hunting method. Give me 1 second. I need to ask this person something real quick. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, all right. I go for this one. Yes, please. 6,843. Hi, Dark Canary. Wait, why are y'all saying America? Favorite Pokemon is Abra. Oh, Abra was cute. Oh my gosh, but I remember when I first stumbled upon Abra though, I got so annoyed because I didn't realize Abra would teleport every time unless you had something to make it stay. It was either you had to throw a Pokeball to try to catch it in the first go, or you had to have something else that would force it to stay. And so when I was younger, I was so frustrated because I wanted to catch every Pokemon, and Abra was one of the first Pokemon that I could not catch. Wiki says it was named after him. Oh, okay. Thank you for looking it up for me, Rai. Game Freak employee Morimoto is also in Pokemon Sword as an NPC. I think it's so cool. It's really cool. Yeah, whenever you see Pokemon or just NPCs named after workers or people in the company. How many shinies do you have so far? 0. 0 because we're just starting the game? Or do you mean like of all time? Like all time? Like ever since I started playing Pokemon? Because if we're talking about how many shinies I have from all of my life, I can't keep track. I have a lot of shinies that I've hunted for / hatched / other methods, you know? So I don't keep track of shinies. Piplup was your first ever starter. Platinum was your first Pokemon game. Oh my gosh, Anne-Marie. I think that's absolutely wonderful. I love Piplup. I love Gen 4. And so Platinum or Pearl or Diamond is like, yes, chef's kiss for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Platinum was really cool because the way that it worked, right, is that we had Diamond and Pearl, but then Platinum kind of felt like an extra game on top of it because it was different outfit for the protagonist. It was a whole new concept at the end of the game too. There was extra content on top of that. And so I really liked being able to play Platinum after I played Pearl because it felt like being able to relive the story again, but different. I have a running gag in Galaxy's stream for being an extreme Kalos fan. The only reason it was my first Pokemon game and I got more attached to the Kalos Pokemon from nostalgia. And I think that's perfectly valid too. Like for me, I feel the same way too. Like my first Pokemon games were Emerald as well as Pearl. And so Pearl and Emerald have that nostalgia factor towards me. Hence why when I think of starters, I always think about, you know, Torchic as well as Piplup first. But my all-time favorite starter is Chikorita. But yeah, Emerald and Pearl will always have a special place in my heart since they were my first games I played. Emerald was literally my first Pokemon game. And then I played Pearl after I talk about that story or Brovere like overwrote my save so he could play Emerald. But yeah, I played Emerald first and then I switched over to Pearl afterwards. But yeah, I think it's fun, you know. There are people that think about, you know, Black and White as their first region. Some people it's X and Y. Or some people it's, you know, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue. For some people it's Crystal. And so I think, yeah, the nostalgia factor really adds a lot onto the Pokemon love. For what gen you like or just what you think about when you think of Pokemon. Psychic types are my favorite type. I wish we got a psychic starter. That'd be interesting if they were to change up, you know, the starters outside of like water, fire, and grass. Speaking of Abra teleporting away, I posted a life of Abra. Oh, thank you, Wes! I'll definitely check out the memes afterwards. Have you seen the Pokemon music video by Bump Up Chicken? I don't think I... Which one is that? Is that the one where... I've seen the one where it's like Piplup dancing. I've seen a few others, but I don't think I know the name of it. Favorite Johto starter is Chikorita! Hey, let's go! I feel like I don't really see a lot of Chikorita lovers. Whenever I see Chikorita lovers, or people talking about Chikorita, usually it's hating on Chikorita. Like, especially for Chikorita being a starter for Legends ZA. They kept doing the meme about how there's like, who likes Chikorita? Only 2 people like Chikorita and are excited for her being a starter. And I was like, it's me! I'm one of the 2 people that is excited for Chikorita. I had someone over at my save. That's when I stopped playing. The Pokemon were all traded up since my first game. No! Oh my gosh, wait. That is next level of your save being overwritten. Oh my gosh, Caroline. I am so sorry about that happening. No. I didn't even know you could trade all your Pokemon up from the first game. Oh, what is it you want to post me, Abby? If it's the music video, I would say if the mods are okay with it, then yes. But yeah, usually if you want to post links, you have to get permission from my mods first. Bootleg Silver! Was that your first game, Mod Rocker? I love Pokemon Soul Silver. Soul Silver was one of my favorites. I didn't play Soul or Silver or Crystal back then, but I really like Soul Silver after Diamond and Pearl. For someone that loves ghost Pokemon, I find them severely underrated. I love those Pokemon too. I love Miss Magius. Miss Magius and Mischievous were so pretty. They were one of my first ghost Pokemon that I was introduced to. Oh my gosh, from your yellow version up each time. No. Joke's on them, Chikorita might get a fairy type mega. I think so too. I feel like with Meganium especially, Meganium with the pink flower really does give off like fairy type vibes. And so I could definitely see Meganium having a mega evolution that's very... yes. If you want to post in the Discord, we also have a Discord as well where you can post it in the music section. Hi, Winpage. You love Chikorita? Yeah, Kyle. All right, Kyle. I remember having a bootleg version of Silver and the translation was pretty bad. I didn't even know there was bootleg versions of Pokemon games that could play. It's crazy the trading up from the first games. I saw a video a while back about how the IV or EV equivalent of the very few games were not what determined if Pokemon said, oh, really? I did not know that. I didn't know that. That's really cool. I thought Shiny was always just random. But it makes sense though, right? Because back in the day, Pokemon didn't have colors except for only a few shades. That's why a lot of the shinies were green back then. I think they'll get mega evolutions because they're the starters, you know? They're the starters of a game. And if they were to get any evolution, or if any Pokemon were to get mega evolutions, it would be the starters. And so I feel like for the 3 starters that they have, for Pokemon Legends ZA, they're kind of saving until the very end of their advertising for Pokemon Legends ZA because you know it's like with Pokemon Legends Arceus. They had the what's it called? They had the starters have their like Hisuian form, you know, and so I feel like for sure the starters are going to have mega evolutions, you know? You can watch it or even stream it if you want. Oh, thank you, Miyabi. I'll keep that in mind. I'll check it out after stream. X and Y's didn't get megas until ZA. There's a lot of Pokemon that didn't get megas until ZA. Hence why I feel like right now, you know, since they are having new mega evolutions in ZA, I definitely feel like they're going to add, you know, the starters at least to have mega evolutions because they're the starters, you know. It's like same thing too with the other starters that got that mega evolutions. I was like, I knew it. There ain't no way they're not gonna have more starters have mega evolutions, you know. They didn't wait to announce the megas you have to pay for. Yes. That one was one that I was thinking about, you know? Like, those starters have mega evolutions, but they're paywalled. No. It's not the starters. It's the Pikachu one, right? It's the Pikachu and how Pikachu has the different forms for their megas. Or is it the starters? I can't remember. Was it the Pikachu or was it the starters that were paywalled with the DLC? That would be cool if the starters did get megas, but they did announce megas for... Exactly, right? So Kalos region starters got mega evolutions. But I still feel like because they have the 3 main starters of the game, there's no way that they're going to be like, okay, here's your starter, but we're not going to give you mega evolutions. You know what I mean? One thing I noticed about me is that I tend to choose the water starter like Piplup, Oshawott, Popplio, and Sobble. Don't know what it says about me. I think it means that you like maybe water Pokemon. I think it mainly just says that you like water Pokemon starters. But I don't know if it says anything else again. what are the Pokemon Legends ZA starters again? So the Pokemon Legends ZA starters are, I believe it is Chikorita, Totodile, and Tepig, right? Whereas, what was it? Yeah, I think it. I forget what the stars were for Arceus. It was Oshawott. It was. Who was it? Arceus starters. It was Rowlet, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil. And you see what I mean? They got the Hisuian form, right? Because they're the starters. And so I feel like we're going to have a mega Feraligatr. We're going to have a mega Emboar and a mega Meganium. Because they're the starters. And out of the starters, right? Like in terms of the Pokemon, right? For the mega evolutions. We already have mega evolutions for the Kanto region starters, you know? Kanto region has their starter mega evolutions. And then we have some... when it comes to the mega evolutions, they're kind of like all over the place. And so, in terms of regions. And so, I don't think it's really that out of the possibility for Meganium to have a mega evolution, or for Feraligatr to have a mega evolution, or for Emboar to have a mega evolution. I definitely think it's possible. I am banking, like I'm willing to bet money that they're gonna have a mega evolution. Or maybe it's copium. Maybe I'm just coping. Maybe I just really want mega evolution for Meganium. I'm like, please, 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 please. Meganium, my favorite starter. Chikorita, I want you to have a mega evolution. I'm cooking. I'm cooking, but I'm also coping. I'm coping and cooking. I'm cooking. But yeah, I don't think there's really a pattern in terms of mega evolutions. I think mega evolutions are just all over the place, once again, in terms of regions. So I don't think there's like a limitation as to who can be a mega evolution. It's more so of a when they'll have a mega evolution. Marissa, thank you so much for the good luck. I really appreciate that. Yeah, come home already. It's time for you to come home, Piplup. I'm tired of you messing around. Come on, time to go home. Honestly, I feel like Feraligatr was like a little lackluster from Totodile. Okay, so I felt the same way too, Rai. I feel like when it came to Typhlosion was like perfect, you know? From the evolution line with Cyndaquil to Kolava to Typhlosion, chef's kiss on point. But for Chikorita and Totodile, I feel like their final evolution kind of screwed them over. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Meganium wasn't what I expected from Chikorita to Bayleaf to Meganium. Same thing with Feraligatr. I was just like, oh, I don't know. Something about their final evolutions just aren't given the same energy as Typhlosion did for the final evolution. It just felt kind of off, you know? Because Cyndaquil and Kolava and Typhlosion all kept the same color scheme. And then with Bayleaf kept the same color scheme as Chikorita. But then Bayleaf out of nowhere became this random, no longer sassy looking Pokemon. It kind of just became this flower, happy-go-lucky Pokemon. And so I was like, I don't know. It doesn't really give off the same vibe. Same thing with Dragonite. I felt like when I first learned about Dragonite, I thought Dragonite was a completely different Pokemon from Dragonair, you know? And Dratini. And so when I found out Dratini evolves into Dragonair and then Dragonite, I was like, what the heck? Dragonite looks nothing like Dragonair and Dratini. And so, yeah, that's how I felt about Meganium. At least for Feraligatr still has the same color scheme. But I feel like Feraligatr just didn't really give off the same vibe as the previous evolutions. And so I was a little disappointed. Just like a little bit, you know? Yeah, I felt like I originally thought Dragonite was completely separate from Dratini and Dragonair. It was very left field. Very left field. Yeah, I feel like Tropius fits better as a final evolution than Meganium. Meganium was just so weird. But I came to like it though, because I do love Chikorita. But yeah, I really want a mega evolution for Meganium just because I feel like that would kind of give it a bit more oomph. But yeah, I was just like, what happened? There's no more sass. There's no more sass for Chikorita. Chikorita was sassy. And then Bayleaf was like the epitome of sass, right, with Ash. And then Meganium was just no longer sassy. Oh no! It's Fluid Coco Looing is bipedalism. Oh, trust me, yeah. There's a lot of Pokemon where all of a sudden, you know, they go from being on 4 legs and then they all of a sudden like stand up, and you're just like, what? What happened? Same thing too with I think I felt that way about Sprigatito. I don't know. I didn't know how I felt about Sprigatito's evolution. I was just like, I was like, Meowscarda. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I've come to like it, but I was just like, oh man, I really wish that Sprigatito had remained on like a 4-legged Pokemon. I think I'd be down to cosplay as Dawn/Hikari. Dawn is my favorite female NPC that Ash traveled with. Or not NPC, but female friend that he traveled with. And so I love Dawn. I would definitely be down to cosplay as Dawn if I were to cosplay as one of the girlies. Typhlosion's line stays quadrupled through the whole line. Yeah, exactly, right? Or no, not really. Typhlosion stands up. That Typhlosion technically does stand up compared to Quilava and Cyndaquil. So I would say even Typhlosion did not escape the curse. What the heck, Brad? What do you mean? What evolutions are you talking about? That was me with Coco. Welcome back, Yellow Ring. Ooh, congratulations on finishing grocery shopping and prepping your giant pot of soup. Yeah, Meowscarda was just like, No worries, Maxie. I hope that the walk home is a safe one. Okay, chat. This is the first goal for today. Will we get a shiny Piplup at 6,850? Will the doubters or the believers win? Alright, doubters, you win yet again. But don't worry, okay? Don't worry. We're going to go ahead and do another poll. Alright? We're gonna do another prediction. Alright. Sorry in advance, Elle. What do you mean sorry in advance? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end the prediction. Yeah. I'm punching the air. I'm punching the ground. Okay. No way. There you go. If you guys doubted, you take your points. Alright. Let me go ahead and... Where is it? Where's my charger? My controller is dying. Why? It's like I haven't played in 2 weeks or something. Cries. Punches the ground. I get the reason for the concept. I just hate the design. Oh. Blaziken! I love Blaziken! Blaziken, I think, was a very fun evolution line. I don't know if y'all hear that. Oh, hear what? Oh, I don't hear it. But I do have my noise canceling headphones on. And I have my filter on. But I don't hear anything. Let me go ahead and reset. Wait. Oh no, it's not low enough where if I plug it in, it still works. Okay, I'll wait until it gets a little bit lower before I do it. But alright, that was 6,850. Next up, 6,875 once the points go out. We have one more prediction for today. Uno más. One more. 18,280 profit? My goodness. Don't worry, I'm trying my best to keep the non-shiny Piplups away. Oh, thank you, Ethan. Oh, you're blending a smoothie. Oh, no, I can't hear it. You're good. My first game being Emerald naturally meant my first started was Torchic, and that was awesome. I love it. Yeah, Torchic was my very first starter as well, and so I'm really happy that there's so much love for Torchic. Wait, let me scroll up. Where's the message? Oh, what the heck? One page? What do you mean? You're calling Kyle a furry. Also, if you're gonna call someone a furry, you should use the correct version of your. My first starter could be Pikachu. Kyle's dealing in the black market. Huh? Let me see. What was the message about Blaziken? I'm scrolling up. My favorite starter is different from Gen to game. Or game to game. Gen 1 all of them. Gen 2 Chikorita. Gen 3 Torchic. Gen 4 Chimchar. Gen 5 Oshawott. Gen 6 Froakie. Gen 7 Rowlet. Gen 8 Scorbunny. Gen 9 Sprigatito. Ooh, okay. Me. For my gens, Gen 1, I really like... I kind of went from a bunch of them, but I think for sure Squirtle is my favorite. Squirtle, Gen 1. Gen 2 Chikorita. Gen 3 Torchic. Gen 4 Piplup. Gen 5, I would say... I like Oshawott, but I also really like Delphox. Delphox was Gen 5, right? Oh, no. Delphox was not Gen 5. Delphox was Gen afterwards. Snivy. Snivy was my favorite from Gen 5. So Snivy, and then after Snivy, then it was Delphox. And then after Delphox, it was... Was it Rowlet? Was Rowlet the one that I liked for Gen 7? Or was that Delphox? Oh my god, I'm mixing up my generations right now. Gen 7. Oh no, Gen 7 was Sun and Moon. And so for me, I was a Poplio. I was a fan of Poplio in Gen 7. And then Gen 8, I liked Sobble. And then Gen 9, I liked Sprigatito. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, Snivy was my favorite from those gens. For black and white, right? Also, prediction. Let me go ahead and start the next prediction up right here. Prediction time. Last prediction of today. Okay, let me pull it up here. So, last prediction of the day is going to go to 6,875. So, if you want to vote, please feel free to start now. You have about 5 minutes to vote if you want to predict and try to win some channel points. You hate Blaziken's line? Oh, I will not stand for this Blaziken slander. And you're trying to imply that Kyle only loves Blaziken because you're accusing them of being a furry? I think that does some injustice to Blaziken. There are many people that are fans of Blaziken. Blaziken is, in my personal opinion, one of the coolest evolution lines ever. I love Blaziken. I reset my save file in Sun and Moon until I got a female Poplio. Me not like the grind, but mom didn't raise no quitters. Oh, me too. I also went for the female Poplio, but god, Sun and Moon's cutscene is the worst. I was just like, I'm suffering from trying to get a female Poplio, and so for someone trying to get a shiny female Poplio, oh my god, I saw people doing that, and I was just like, I have so much respect for them. Yeah, I love Superior. Superior is great. Superior was so pretty. It kind of reminded me of like Milotic and how pretty Milotic is. And so I was like, oh, I love it. I love these like serpent type Pokemon. You hated all starters in Gen 6 and only mildly hate Gen 9? Hate is a very strong word. We don't yuck other people's yums here, you know? Hate's a very strong word. Gen 6 too? You gonna hate on Gen 6? That's so sad. They're just little guys. They're just little dudes. You know? Little guys living their best life. Especially the starters. I'm scrolling. I'm catching up with the messages. Yeah. If you guys want to share what your favorite starters are, or just in general, let me know. Your first starter was yellow version. Oh, Pikachu. I think that's super cute. People that have like the OG love for Pikachu. It's really nice. Yeah. Super cute. I'm scrolling. Oh! Error! Dang, I haven't seen the error in a while. Why did it do that? Good night, bye. I'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by today. Hello. Okay, alright. Let me boot this back up properly. Why did it die? Also, Torchic Enjoyer as well. You love Torchic's so cute. Torchic's a baby. Okay, I think I've caught up with the message for the most part. Okay, I'm scrolling back down to catch up with the messages that are newer. First starter with Score Bunny, I started Pokemon madly. Oh, that's okay, that's fine. There's no such thing as being too late into a franchise. Like, I know a lot of people talk about being intimidated to get into franchises like Pokemon or other franchises that are really long. But I think there's no point where it's too late to join any franchise. Like, if you want to join, especially for a game where you play mainly for yourself and you can play by yourself, I don't think there's anything with starting it later on. Reset my save. If I was a furry, I would not say Blaziken. That is a wild message to say, Kyle. Not if I was a furry, I'd say Superior and Sprigatito. Oh my god, Kyle. Oh my god. You also don't like Blaziken, and that's fine too. Like, it's fine if you don't like a Pokemon. I think, you know, when it comes to Pokemon, there are many Pokemon out there for everyone. And so if you don't like one, that's perfectly fine. I know, a shiny female Popplio, or just a shiny female starter, is very hard to do in general. Oh my gosh, Miyavi! Oh, you find Blaziken hot? Oh! The worst thing is that Gold Silver Crystal made the female-male ratios just so players would suffer and they refuse to change the ratio. I think it's fine. I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of like a traditional staple in Pokemon. Superior is your favorite... second favorite Unova region. Oh my gosh, hi Ange! Can we get a shout out for a little Pookie, please? Welcome on in! Yes, this is the continuation of my shiny Piplup from 2021. So actually 4 years ago. I started this 4 years ago and I still haven't gotten it. But hi Ange, how you doing today? It's nice to see you. Gen 2 was the last gen when I liked all starters and evolutions. Hi Heat! Oh my gosh, Heat, how are you doing? Can we also get a shout out for Heat as well, please? Hi Heat, nice to see you. Hi Tofu Sauce, I hope you enjoy your daily cup of Earl Grey. Took quite long for me to get a female Gardevoir in Gen 3. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. The thing is with Gardevoir, it doesn't have to be female or male, but if you do want a Gallade, it does have to be a male Ralts. And so I remember Rovere had a tough time trying to find a male Ralts. Usually it's opposite, where it's hard to find the female version of Pokemon. If you have Snivy, you're always touching grass. Does that mean if you like grass Pokemon, you're always touching grass? No, okay. Just because you like Pokemon does not make you a furry, alright? And there's no hate to furries or anything like that either, but everyone likes their own thing, you know? It doesn't matter if you... Like, how do I say it? It's like... If you like Pokemon, it does not make you a furry. And if you're a furry, it doesn't mean you'll automatically like Pokemon, you know? Those things are not interchangeable. Or is that the right word? It's not like correlated, I guess. It can be correlated. Oh, it can be correlated, but it's definitely not causation. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Windpage, no. I think even if people get into Pokemon now, even if it's easier, you know, I think that's fine. Because, you know, when you play games, not everyone has to play a game that's hard. Just because someone plays games, like just because I played a game that was hard back in the day for Pokemon, doesn't mean that, you know, it's bad people play the newer games now that are more baby mode. Because once again, you know, they're trying to be more inclusive of people that might not want as hard of a challenge, or they might want to be more inclusive of children that are playing the game, right? And so I feel like it's nice to have modes that are easier and not super hard. Because if anything, you know, it just means that over the years with Pokemon, they've, you know, continued to build their craft and make things more inclusive of people. And so if you prefer the harder games, then that's fine too. But I would say it's not nice to disrespect people that are also enjoying baby mode games. Because when it comes to gaming, you know, I'm more of a comfy gamer. And so back in the day, I remember people would talk about it like, oh, you're not a real gamer because you're playing comfy games. You know, you don't play blah, blah, blah. But I think you can be a gamer if you want to play any game that you play. As long as you're playing any game, you can be called a gamer. And so I think it's fine if people want more like chill games as opposed to more harder, intense games. You are still a gamer regardless of what type of games you play. Same thing with Pokemon. You're still a Pokemon trainer regardless of if you're playing Pokemon that's hard or Pokemon that's easier. And who knows? Maybe it became easier for some people because we got older and we learned more knowledge about the game. That's a thing too, you know? On my list. Okay, Kyle. Let's see your list. Okay, Squirtle, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Trico, Turtwig, your son, Snivy, Froakie, Fennekin, Rowlet, Sobble. Okay, only Sobble. Oh! You don't like Inteleon? Okay, I'm just kidding. I think a lot of people did not like Inteleon. I remember people, when they first saw Inteleon from the Sobble line, they're like, what the heck is this? And then the in-between version of Inteleon has like this goth hair look to them, you know, like the middle school hairstyle. And I was just like, that's so funny. It's so funny. Sobble goes through like a teenager angst phase and then turns into I don't even know what Inteleon is. But I liked Inteleon. I thought Inteleon was really pretty. There was this art drawn of Inteleon that was a mom holding a baby Sobble. And I love that drawing so much. Let's see if I can plug in my controller now while still using it. Hi, Heed! I'm doing super well. Miss you lots. Today's the day for shiny Piplup dress. Thank you, Heed. I miss you too. I'm glad to hear you're doing super well. Okay. Rye, you have Squirtle, Charmander first pick, Totodile, Cyndaquil first pick, Trico, Mudkip, okay. Torchic first pick, Chimchar, Oshawott, Tepig first pick. If I was a furry, it'd be nose... What? Not nose pass. Oh, I actually do have a shiny Salazzle. I have a shiny Salazzle. That was one of the hardest shinies I hunted for, but I did it. Because, you know, one, finding, you know, a shiny is rare, and then finding a female is rare, especially for the Salazzle evolution line. And so I am proud to say that I am indeed a shiny Salazzle haver. I spent so long to get one. And it was worth it. I was like, oh, yes. Yes, correlation does not imply causation. Exactly. I don't see myself as a furry, but back in the day when I was little, I had this huge crush on Crystal from Star Fox. Oh, trust me. I know a bunch of people that talked about having crushes on, like, you know, characters from Star Fox. I know people that had crushes on Animal Crossing characters, you know. I've heard of people having crushes on... Yeah, there's a lot of characters. Like, people had a crush on, what was his name? Nick from Zootopia? and many more. Hello Kitty Island Adventure on the phone instead of the PC. It's true, we did play it first on the phone before the PC. There's a difference between games that are hard but fair and games that are hard for the sake of being hard. Yes. Oh, a shiny Vespiquen! Yeah, that one's hard too, right? Because Combi only evolves into Vespiquen if it's a girl. Just like with Salazzle evolution line. Yes, Pokemon's target audience is children. Hi, Kareem! Welcome on! Do you think New Horizons is baby mode? Heck no! At least in terms of like the stuff you make in there, terraforming is not baby mode, especially for Animal Crossing. But in terms of like the personalities, like how they talk to you, and how nice they are to you, that's baby mode. But in terms of building, terraforming is not for the weak. Terraforming, maybe want to rip my hair out. I still have it to this day. I still have that clip of me teaching y'all to terraform for trees on the cliff. Because that was a whole ordeal, but, you know, it worked. And I'm glad that people were able to learn how to put a tree on a cliff. Pokemon home! Every game is baby mode for me because I'm the GOAT. Okay, Yveltal. Alright. Got that confidence. I like your name as well. I'm taking it that you really like Pokemon Y. Charizard, Typhlosion, Sceptile, Infernape, Samurott, Greninja, Incineroar, Inteleon, Hisuian, Samurott, and Skelders. Oh, okay. Sobble is super cute. Sobble is so cute. Yeah, the middle of Sobble is Teenage Rebel. Look, you want to see the art that I saw of Inteleon with the baby? I don't know if I can find it. It is a picture I've shown before on stream, but I don't know if I can find it right now. No, I don't think I can find it. There's a lot of Inteleon art out there. I like Inteleon though. I thought it was funny. I thought that Gigantamax was funny with Inteleon because it like points at you on that gigantic tower. Yeah, I can't find that art. That's okay. That is all right. Bum, bum, bum. I'm not yucking your yum. I'm not yucking your yum. You can enjoy your nose pass. And Talion's supposed to be a spy, but I don't see. I can kind of see it. They're kind of supposed to be like I don't know. For me, they give off like a sniper type of spy. You know, the point, the people point. Regarding my difficulties, my current game I'm going through is Clear Obscure. Good luck! Oh my gosh. Animal Crossing Raymond. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of art I saw of Raymond. You know, very dapper looking Animal Crossing villager. They have the vest with the tie and the sleeves and the glasses. The hair too. First shiny I've encountered ever was in Violet. It was a shiny Cupchew. Oh, but you failed it. Oh, that's okay, Anne-Marie. Cupchew is so cute. Cupchew was one of my main Pokemon in I think Black and White, or was it X and Y? I really love Cupchew. Cupchew is so cute, the little snot bubble. Oh, you think Salandit should get a male-specific evolution at some point? Taxes? I don't think taxes are very baby-friendly at all. Every time I want to do taxes, or every time I have to do taxes, I should say, I cry. They are not baby-friendly. They are stress-inducing, anxiety-inducing. Hypno is creepy, but really not. I think it stems from the Pokedex entry as well as the creepypasta. Because Hypno, you know, in Drowsy, they talk about how they, you know, give nightmares, especially for children. And then in the creepypasta, they kidnap children. And so I feel like that's why Hypno was creepy. Same thing with Drifloon and Drifblim. They also kidnap people, you know, whenever they latch onto someone's hand. And so, yeah, I feel like that's why some Pokemon are creepy. Because they do have a pretty dark Pokedex entry. Okay. You say target audience is children, sure, but a staggering majority of the player base are adults. Devs know it and are adjusting difficulty for players who don't have as much time as they were as kids. Exactly, you know? Like, when it comes to game development, right? They have to take into account everything. Like, the main target audience is children. Yes, right? But it's amazing that they're even trying to take into account, you know, the adults, the people that grew up with Pokemon as well. Because at the end of the day, you know, as much as they want to think about the people that grew up with it, they do have to think about in terms of, you know, what would sell more and what would appeal to the masses more, right? And what would sell faster. And so even though there are adults that play Pokemon, it's more likely that they'll think about like, oh, you know, there's kids that want to play, and then their parents will probably buy it for them around Christmas time. Hence why Pokemon usually comes out around the holiday season, you know? It's just marketing at the end of the day for some game companies. And so they have to combat, you know, with the people that are doing marketing versus the people that are doing the game dev versus the higher ups. It's a lot. There's a lot of factors that go into the games itself. And so it's just a fact that a lot of times when they make games, they're gearing them towards children, you know, unless it's like M for mature games. But yeah, a lot of times they're gearing for the children demographic. What is the percent chance? It's a 1 in 4,096 chance to get a shiny Piplup for this game in particular. Do they strangle people? I don't know. I don't remember a Pokemon one where it mentions the strangulation of people. Yes, 4,096 tries. It used to be like 8,000. 8,000 something. I'd love for Hypno to put me to sleep. I have bouts of insomnia. You know, there are other Pokemon as well. Hypno is more likely to give you nightmares as opposed to putting you to sleep. I'd recommend other Pokemon, you know, like Usharna. or you can have like an Abra, you know. There's other Pokemon that can use the sleep powder as well in terms of the grass type Pokemon, you know? They are, Anne-Marie, yeah. And that's why Pokemon has such a big following in terms of the creepypasta people as well. Because Pokemon is not just for children. Like, it's for children, but they also have creepy sides of it too. Like Lavender Town, or entries of Pokemon, Dex entries, right? It's supposed to appeal to like a lot of people in different ways. Hi Pedro, welcome on in. How you doing today? Also Bald Bash Slimson, hi. How you doing? Also Miyabi, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. On the topic of creepy Pokemon, also favorites. Shed Ninja! Yes, I have heard some lore about Shed Ninja, but I can't remember it right now. I can only call it baby mode because you barely have trainer battles in them and can pretty much avoid wild Pokemon battles because you can see them. Exactly! Exactly, right? It's like with Pokemon Go. I feel like Pokemon Go is definitely more of like the easier one. And it's because there were a lot of people playing Pokemon Go that were a bit younger. And so I think it's nice to have a combination of the two. Like same with Pokopia, right? Pokopia is literally a life sim version of Pokemon, right? It's more about casual gameplay. It's more about just enjoying your time in the Pokemon world with Pokemon in a life sim sense. And so I love that, you know, I love Pokemon Pokopia. It's just, once again, it's a franchise that's trying to branch out and appeal to more people because once again, in marketing, it's nice to have a set demographic, but they're also constantly trying to appeal to more people to get more people into the franchise. Hence why there's things like Pokemon Go, there's Pokemon Pokopia, they have Pokemon plushies, they have Pokemon in the sense of Pokemon Concierge, the TV show, right? That's not the same as the regular Pokemon TV show. They have the Pokemon Shorts on YouTube. It's just they're constantly trying to think of different avenues of revenue, but also avenues of gathering more people into the franchise. And so, once again, I just feel like baby mode Pokemon games are just more of like another way to appeal to the more comfier demographic of people that don't want to have as intense battles. Same thing too, like TCG, you know? TCG is just another avenue of Pokemon that you can enjoy. Just different things to enjoy Pokemon with that aren't always the same. So that more people can enjoy the franchise in different ways. It's like the same thing too with like a Fire Emblem, right? A Fire Emblem has Fire Emblem Heroes for the mobile version for people that want to play mobile. And it worked for me. I didn't know about Fire Emblem until Fire Emblem Heroes for my friend. And so if it wasn't for Fire Emblem Heroes, I don't know if I would have gotten into Fire Emblem as much as I did. Yeah, right? It's very expensive and time consuming to make a game. Yep. Shed Ninja is something about not looking at the hole in his back or your soul gets sucked in. Ooh. And you know what I think was diabolical that they did? They made it so that for each version of Pokemon games, like for example, if you got Shining Pearl versus like Brilliant Diamond, each Pokédex entry was different based off the version you got. And so for some people, they got like the happy-go-lucky Pokédex entry, you know? But then for the other people that got the other version, they're like, oh my god, this Pokemon's horrifying. And so you would have people that talk to each other and you're just like, what do you mean this Pokemon's cute? Don't you think it's scary? And then the other person's like, what do you mean scary? I think it's really cute. And then you start talking about the Pokédex entries. And so it's fun. It's a lot of things that you can talk about. But yeah, I think they did that for Diamond and Pearl. They did that for Black and White. They did that for Soul Silver and Heart Gold and a few other ones too. I can enjoy Pokemon with Miku, not even kidding. There's gonna be a Pokemon Miku concert next year. Exactly! See? Like, look there, collaborations, right? Collaborations happen for a reason. You know, because you're trying to appeal to more groups. Same thing too with how, for example, Final Fantasy XIV has a Monster Hunter collab happening right now. You know, and vice versa. Yeah, I thought the Dex entries being different were nice as well. Hi, Tiz! It's nice to see you. How you doing today? Welcome on in. My first Fire Emblem game was Shadow Dragon, which is a remake of the original game. They weren't so hard to find. I recommend Awakening since it was designed to be accessible to newcomers and hardcore vets. I want to play the DS versions, like Birthright. I want to play those, but I know Bio told me that those are very hard to find and come by without being super expensive. And so I'm like, oh man. Favorite Pokemon is and will always be Darkrai! Of course, Darkrai with your name. I love the design and tragic concept and story, especially highlighted. Yes, in the Rise of Darkrai! I felt so much for Darkrai in the Rise of Darkrai. You know what I was surprised about though for the movie? I'm surprised they didn't touch upon Cresselia. Because for me, when I first got introduced to Darkrai, I was also introduced to Cresselia. And I thought that Darkrai and Cresselia were supposed to be like two sides of the same coin, you know? Like night and like light and dark, nightmare versus dreams. But Cresselia wasn't really touched upon, I feel like, in the movies. Cresselia was just a legendary that popped up in Gen 4. Sheninja is also creepy how you get it. It appears when... Yeah. I thought that was really cool. I didn't think that was creepy. I was like, that's so cool. You evolve a Pokemon and you get an extra Pokemon. Never played the DS ones, but I heard mixed things about them. I heard it was really good. Hence why it's so sought after nowadays. Fire Emblem Fates has great gameplay, but it's polarizing on the fan base. Impossible to find a complete copy since one part is, yes, exclusively in the 3DS eShop. I know, Cresselia is just sitting pretty. Cresselia is so pretty. Cresselia was originally not going to be a thing, I heard. It's so funny because Pokemon like Shaman and Arceus were also not supposed to be a thing on like the western side of the world, right? Because with Shaman and Arceus, those were exclusive to the Japanese versions because they never had an event where you could get, you know, Professor Oak's letter or the flute. And so that was all action replay or hacked if you saw it in the Western version of games. And so I was like, dang, Shaman and Arceus weren't even supposed to be a thing for us on the Western side until people found it from hacking. Speaking of movies, I don't know what was the last Pokemon I saw. I know I saw some of the RSC ones, but I don't think I saw the TCP ones. I highly recommend, yeah, Rise of Darkrai. I also really like the one with the 3 legendary dogs, or beasts. It's more accurate to call them. I think it was something Entei. The Entei one was really good too. And then, of course, you know, the iconic Mewtwo one. But yeah, I think my personal favorite will always be Rise of Darkrai. That is my all-time favorite when it comes to Pokemon. And then I like the one too with Celebi and Lucario and the time traveling with Riley. I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Time traveling, okay. And then we also have Riley, and then we have not Darkrai. We have Lucario and Celebi. I really like that one too. But yeah, for sure, Rise of Darkrai was my favorite. All-time favorite. Yes, Rise of Darkrai is Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. Yes, that is correct. That movie made Lucario one of my all-time favorites. Really? I love Lucario too. Yeah, I think Brovira really liked Lucario after that as well. Because he liked Lucario from Riley, you know, in Diamond and Pearl's appearance. But then the movie really solidified it for Riley and Lucario. No, Rise of Darkrai was Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Black and White was, it was... let me see. yeah, black and white movie was the one with Reshiram and Zekrom. I think it was literally just called Pokemon the movie white, Pokemon the movie black. They just stuck with the titles. But yeah, Rise of Darkrai was Diamond and Pearl. And Platinum. They remade the first movie and man, I was underwhelmed. You think so? I definitely think it wasn't the same as the original one. But I still felt sad. Like I still cried at the iconic scene. But to each their own, right? Because it was a different animation style too. Rise of Darkrai is by far my favorite movie. It's why I picked him as my mascot. Gotta start making content again. My favorite was the leaf whistle. I really like the leaf whistle. The leaf whistle was my all-time favorite song that they ever played. Because it's just so sad. And I like sad songs, you know? And so I've always wanted to learn how to play that song on the grass whistle. So sad. But so pretty. Here, you want to hear it? I'm gonna play it. Okay, for those that don't know about the grass whistle. Alright, here. This is my all-time favorite theme from Pokemon. It's from the girl in Rise of Darkrai. She plays it for Darkrai, and she played it from her grandma, who played it as well. And I'm just like... Here. Leaf whistle. Aracion. Alright, here. This is the leaf whistle version. Wait. Whoa. And then they have like the official version that they play as like the official OST as well. Okay. Wait, stop. Needs to be louder. Okay, here, ready? So this is leaf whistle version, which actually is a real thing. You can actually play music on a leaf, like a single piece of leaf, if you learn to do that. My dad can leaf whistle, actually. It sounds so crunchy. So that's a leaf whistle version. And then the official OST version sounds like this. It plays at the very end of the movie. And I'm just like, oh my god! It hits me in the feels. The feels. I'll play a little bit of it, but it's so pretty. The bells. And then the tune comes in. Oh, my heart. It's so good. And then it builds up, and then there's like a big boom of music and feels at the peak. I love this movie. I want to watch it right now. The violins! The violins! Land! It's so good! Okay, I lied. I played the whole thing. I couldn't stop it. I was just like, man, my childhood, my nostalgia, man. It's just music like that. It just hits you in the feels. It kind of gives you like the goosebumps. And so I just, God, that's like my childhood right there. I love the music in Pokemon anime. It was just so good. It's so good. I love the stories. I love the music. If an anime has good music or a show has good music, I'm obsessed, you know? And so I remember I kept on rewatching Rise of Darkrai over and over again because of how beautifully, the arrangement was, right? Like I remember I specifically watched it over and over again just so I could get to that part at the end of the movie where they play that theme. Because that theme is so pretty. It has so much like emotional, you know, it's so emotionally charged at the end. And it's just so good. And Darkrai never speaks, by the way. Pokemon don't speak for the most part unless you're Meowth. But it's just Darkrai was able to say so many words without saying anything, and it was just good. It was amazing. Or Mewtwo, yes, Mewtwo, of course. Yes, Makoto Shinkai. Yeah, Makoto Shinkai movies are chef's kiss. I loved Kimi no Nawa. That was amazing. There's lyrics, of course, but the music is just, it was so good. For the main theme, for the instrumentals. I loved Kimi no Nawa. I really wish I was able to see that in theaters. I saw Weathering with You in theaters, but I did not get to see Kimi no Nawa in theaters. But it was such a pretty movie. And then you had like the crater with the stars and the galaxy theme and time travel. I was like, oh, okay, you got me. Time travel, you got me. I'm a sucker for time travel concepts. I love it. That's why, like, a little off topic, but that's why I really like BGMs. I feel like with BGMs, when it comes to people that commission their own BGMs, right? Like, for example, I've commissioned my own BGMs. I think it's so amazing how people are able to come up with such beautiful music, you know, catered towards what you want, theme-wise, or, you know, there are people that will commission music based off their design. And every time that I've worked with somebody that has, you know, made music for me, whether it's based off a description or based off a theme, I've always had a pleasant time with them. And it's just so amazing that this music, for example, that's playing right now is custom to me. And I had the pleasure of working with someone that composed and arranged this, you know? Like, for example, Tofi. Tofi is one of the very first people that I worked with that made a theme for me, and not just for me, but also like with my vocals. And so I had so much fun working with Tofi. I highly recommend her. As of right now, she doesn't really do commissions as much, I believe. I think she's currently more, you know, just chilling, trying to take life and, you know, live life. But please go check out Tofi. Tofi is amazing. She's so sweet, so wonderful to work with, and just such a... I personally see her as such like a peaceful presence to be around. You know, like I always feel at peace when I'm with her in a stream, or if I'm just listening to her music. She just has such a peaceful presence. And so I highly recommend checking her out, but not just her out, but her music as well. Her music is just, it's amazing. It's great, you know? We love Tofi here. And I hope others love Tofi as well. They better love Tofi or else. Okay, we're on 68 now. But yeah, here, let me shout out Tofi if you guys have not heard of Tofi before. I love her. I love Tofi. She's amazing. She's great. Her music is just chef's kiss. She actually came out with a song recently. Here, let me link her to you. Oh my god, she has the name Tofi now. Instead of Tofi music? Wow. That's so nice. So clean. Very clean. I haven't watched Pokemon movies in so long. I kind of just want to rewatch all of them. Me too! There's some that I haven't watched in a very long time, and then some that I have not watched at all. And so I would love to do like a Pokemon movie night or something. Actually, he did talk a bit. Remember, Pokemon Company went all out for my boy Darkrai. I mean, like, he talked, but it wasn't like talk. It was more like telepathy talk, I feel like. great how BGMs will perfectly encapsulate the type of person someone is. Right! That's what I really loved. I loved hearing about people's themes. Like whenever I would hear someone's theme that Tofi did or that other people composed for, I was just like, wow, that's so nice. Okay, okay. Give me 1 second. Okie dokie. Alright. 68, 68. Let's see. Also, thank you for the big stretch in the water. Woo! Big stretch. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm going to TwitchCon. I've been saying that, but I still can't believe it. I think it's still like hitting me that I'm gonna be at TwitchCon and I'm gonna be meeting some cool people. Oh my gosh, my ear just did that thing where it's like, you know, when your ear just kind of starts ringing out of nowhere for a second and you're just like, hi Jesta, welcome on in. How you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Is there a place with all of your OST? I was gonna upload it to YouTube, but I don't know if I can yet. I've been meaning to ask the people that I've composed or worked with to get permission to post it on my YouTube side. Because I know the people that I've worked with, they have my OST posted on their channels. I don't know if they're okay with me posting it on my channel, because that would be a nice way to have it all in one area. Alright! Oh, thank you. The shiny Piplup memes are killing me. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, these are memes made by people from the community. Not the Tasgaru. Yeah, TwitchCon. Yeah, I'm gonna be at TwitchCon. No, not tinnitus. It's just like sometimes it'll randomly ring. I remember people told me when I was younger, they're like, yeah, every time that you hear that, it's, I forget, they're like something's like dying on your hearing side, and I was just like, what? But no, it's just like a random ring that pops up sometimes out of nowhere. But yeah, it's my first time going to TwitchCon. I'm not gonna have like an official meet and greet, but I will be boothing at Cessa's Table, aka Cesella's Table, on Saturday in cosplay. And so if you guys want to, you know, come drop by and say hi, I am okay with that. But yes, I'll have official rules posted on my Discord as well as on my Twitter of what is okay versus what is not okay. But yeah, I'll be there on Saturday at Cesella's Table. And she's gonna have some Elvira merch as well if you guys want to get some Elvira merch. There might even be like another surprise for Elvira fans if you guys, you know, consider yourself Elvira fans. But yeah, and for anyone that's from my community, if you stop by Cessa's Table at any point during the weekend, I think you guys will have a nice surprise. A nice little surprise. But yeah, Saturday is the main day that I'll be at TwitchCon at Cessa's Table specifically. On Friday and Sunday, I'll be wandering around, so I might be here and there. But yeah, Saturday for sure I'll be there most of the day to help out in cosplay. Okay, alright. But yeah, I guess I can give like a little teaser. I don't know if you guys know, but some people have a certain photo op thing that they use, you know? And so there might be a certain photo op with me, even if I'm not there physically in person when you go to her table. if you're getting what I'm trying to say, you know, there's a photo op of me there if I'm not there physically. I'll say. That's all I'll say, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But on a Saturday, I will be there for sure. Yes. Your ears do that from tinnitus. Oh yeah, if it was happening often, I think I would be worried about it. But yeah, like I said, I haven't had that happen to me in a very long time. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to say hi, please go support Cess. Cess is at the table, you know, and so I want her to get all the support, all the love, because she's worked so hard for her boots. Okay, so please go check out Shashala if you have not already. Okay, my dear friend Cess. No, Mod Rocker, not the Feels Rain, man. For anyone that's not able to go to TwitchCon, because once again, TwitchCon's very expensive. Don't worry, it won't be the last time that I do this sort of like experience where you guys can come say hi to me. Who knows? In the future, you know, I might do the same thing for other conventions with friends that are willing to, you know, have me there to help out. So there'll be more opportunities in the future for those that can't come to TwitchCon. It won't be the only time that I do this. Been really busy with life recently with work and life and stuff, but it's always nice to stop by, hang out and catch up. I'm glad. Yeah, I want it to be that type of feeling, you know, where it's like you guys can always come by here and hang out and chat, even if you can't stop by often. My spirit physically manifested. Yeah. A tiny cardboard cutout. What? Excuse me, okay? I'm not saying if it is or not, but if it were to be a standee, yes, it would be like a 1-to-1 scale, all right? But I'm not that small. I'm small, but I'm not minute, okay? I'm not like a speck of dust. No, I'm not gonna be there in 4K TV, but there might be a friend that is there in 4K TV as well, depending on if it works out. So you might see somebody on a 4K TV at Cess's table as well. Oh, I won't say who, but you might see somebody there that you guys might know from the community. Oh, Mod Rocker! And for anyone else that wants the merch of that Cess is making, Cess actually has her store already on her Twitter. She doesn't have it as like Twitch exclusive. She has it on her storefront. And so if you guys want to, you know, get merch of not just me, but with some other friends as well, including Cess and Twirly and Nina and a few others, she has it on her store. Let me see. Does she have her store on her Twitter? Oh, here. Ta-da! This is her storefront right here. And you can already see the beanie friends. It's the acrylic charm, and it has me in there, as well as a few other people that you might recognize from the community. Yeah. You should check it out. Go give Cess support. Cess is amazing. I love her. We love Cess. No uppies, okay? No uppies. I have very specific rules and boundaries that I'll be setting at TwitchCon, and so please respect my boundaries, okay? Anyone that does not respect the boundaries, that is not okay. Please respect people's boundaries. Anyone who doesn't respect boundaries will be dealt with. I'll try to think about it. Yeah, I think most likely it will just call security. It'll be like, security! There'll be Miku beamed in person. What would be Miku beam in person? You know, that'd be really cool though if someone made that into a cosplay item. It's like you have the beam and then or something like a I don't know, like a popper, like a party popper, and then it comes out with a stream of rainbow to kind of signify the beam or symbolize the beam. Miku beam. Oh, okay. me 1 second. Okay. All right. And bring a magnifying glass. No, I'm not. I keep telling you guys, I'm not minuscule, okay? I'm not a speck of dust. I'm not an ant, all right? You do not need a magnifying glass to find me, okay? I swear. If anyone actually brings a magnifying glass to say hi, you're gonna get the Elvira head shake in person. I'm gonna be SMHing in person, okay? I'm gonna be like, you really went all the way through with this? Okay. A microscope? Okay, I don't know if they'll let that into the convention unless you're trying to play it off as a cosplay. You know what I mean? Can you imagine? Hello, sir. Why are you bringing in this microscope? What is the purpose of this microscope? Because a magnifying glass is a bit smaller, but a microscope is like a whole thing, you know? Those things are kind of big, kind of heavy. But they're so cool, though. I remember, even though I wasn't that great in science classes, I really enjoyed using the microscope. It felt so, you know, sciencey. And yes, I have tapped the camera or like the lens too close to the what do you call it? The little dish before. Yeah, I've done that before by accident. But thankfully, I didn't crack it. I've met someone in a class that I was with, and they did crack the little, not petri dish, but like the glass where you drop the dropper onto. And I was just like, you broke it? Thankfully, the microscope wasn't broken, but it was just mainly just the little dish that they were using that broke. Ah, yes, that's what they're called. Microscope slides. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think my favorite though, like out of all the science experiments that we did, my favorite one was the one where we made ice cream out of scratch. I was like, that's so cool. You can just make ice cream? You know, and then my least favorite one was the I forget what it was called by now. It's the one where you have like the water and then the pH levels, and then you have to drop the titration. It's called titration. I hated titration labs. Titration was the bane of my existence because the pipers that we had sucked. And so if you titrated, is that even a term? If you turned on the little knob to, you know, do the experiment, it was too slow and it wouldn't drop any water properly, or you'd open up like a little bit more and it would spill the entire thing out. And so I just sucked. I sucked at the titration experiment. And it was a lot of people too that also struggled with it, because I remember there was a period after our science class where we specifically were given extra time to redo the titration lab because it was just absolutely horrendous with how the lab material worked. And so, yeah, titration was my least favorite experiment in all of my science classes. The table is broken. Oh, I don't think I know that meme. I was like, what meme is that? Kyle will kick people's shins. Are you gonna be at TwitchCon, Kyle? I don't know who's going to TwitchCon actually. I've just been kind of like, for me, for the most part, like I said, it's not like an official meet and greet. It's just like, if you're there, you're there. You can come say hi to me type of thing on Saturday at Cessa's table. But there are some friends that I'm gonna meet up with, and so I've been planning, and you've been making plans and chatting and trying to schedule things, and so I'm excited. And then the food, there are some food places that people have brought up, and I'm just like, oh, that looks so good. But obviously, I'm not gonna go in detail about like who I'm meeting up with or what food I'm eating until after the trip is over. I'm excited! I'm excited for some yummy food. I'll be going with a bunch of streamers. No, I'm not. I'm still too broke for Offkai. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's 100% understandable. Yeah, Offkai was not that long ago. And so, that was me. I decided to not go to Offkai so I could go to TwitchCon. Hi, Wilbo! Can we get a shout out for Wilbo, please? I don't have any plans either. Leave it to me. I got you. I'll hit you up, okay, Wilbo? I'll message you. But yeah, I feel like it's fun. It's fun. For us, it was like there's like a group of us, and it was more of just like a kind of go with the flow type of thing. But you know, if people want to do plans, you know, I'm down to help plan things out too, or help schedule things, and I think it's nice. But yeah, I will hit you up, Wilbo. What food do you like? Is there any food places, or not food places, but is there any type of food that you're thinking about, Wilbo? You don't have to mention it now if you want to keep it more private in DMs. But I was like, I don't know what there is to eat in California. Like, is there a specific cuisine that people recommend in Cali? Or is it more so just like a hodgepodge of a bunch of stuff that's yummy over there? Go with the flow is best. I think it's best unless it's like a big group of people, because then you'll have to have reservations, you know? Because you can't really just, for most places, you can't really just pop in with like a big group and expect to be seated quickly, you know? And so I think it's good in the sense of being able to do reservations. If I'm honest, I'm not too inclined to go to Twitch except maybe to me. Exactly! I feel like a lot of people usually go to TwitchCon as more so just for the people, or to go there to be around the area to hang out with people. Why is your Switch set to one? I had that set because, so in Pokemon, when I used to play at the original time, the way it works is that the lighting changes color after a specific hour. And so with my lighting, the way that I had it set, at some point it turns into this like weird color, and it makes it really hard to differentiate if the Piplup is a shiny or not at first glance. And so I specifically set it at a time where the color would stay consistent the entire time that I'm streaming it. And so that way, it's easy for me to tell what color it is. Not sure. I think all fancy places are going to be busy. Oh, okay. That's fine. Yeah, I feel like if there's no food place in mind that people have, we can always just walk around. Can you imagine just like mobs of people from TwitchCon walking around like, are you open? Are you open? Do you have space? Are you open? Do the days still progress? Yeah, the days still progress. Oh, more Asian food. Chinese food in San Diego is banging. Mexican food, random taco stand. You're going for the friends, yeah. Okay, yeah. We'll figure something out. We'll talk more. I'll DM you, Wilbo. All right, last reset for today for Shiny Piplup. Okay, y'all? You guys ready for this? Last one. Yeah, this is the one right here, right now. And then we'll do some chill gaming afterwards as well. I still have like a energy to go for a bit longer, and so we'll probably play a little bit of our something afterwards, you know. Maybe a little I don't know, maybe some water park simulator. Yeah. I'm not addicted. I don't know what you're talking about. I know, Wilbo. I remember. That was almost double now, I think. Yeah, 3,438 resets. That was a long time ago. I got the shiny Starly. My goodness. Very long time ago. Hire me? We'll see, Kareem. We'll see. If you pop up, we'll see. It's like when Turley was trying to, you know, get her chance of being as one of the ice cream stand vendors, but she would never ever get the RNG for the ice cream stand vendors. Also, final one! Will it be a shiny or not? That is the question. Da, 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 da. No! It is not a shiny. Alright, y'all. Today is not the day yet again. But it's fine. It's alright. It looks like the doubters get their points again today. Alright, so let me give you your points. Alright. Okay. There. Please don't tell me you reset the day to the same one every time you do the shinies hunting. I don't. That's too much work. I just let it go on. Alright, there you go. There's your points for all of those that also want to Gamba, since I'm about to go on break. And then here's your prediction points for those that doubted. You get your points. But yeah, I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break and then we'll come back. But for those that are here specifically for Pokemon, I will be calling it there for the shiny hunting resetting. And so yeah, if you were just here for that, I'm also gonna be ending the VOD on the YouTube side. So it's exclusive just for the shiny hunting. But yeah, we're probably gonna hop into some water park simulator. And so if you guys want to stick around for that, I'll go ahead and set up the waiting room right now for water park simulator so that we can just kind of chill for like an hour or two. All right, so let me do that real quick right here. Water park simulator. I think today might be the day that I actually get 5 stars. Maybe. Okay. All right. Okay, here's the waiting room. Hey, excuse me. And then let me go ahead and pop it up. All right. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, doker. Let me go back over here. And then I'm going to redirect y'all to the waiting room. Yes. Ha ha ha. Okay, alright. Redirecting is done. Okay, alright, but yeah. I'm gonna hop on over here real quick. Alright. Not the screenshot of Zelty and shit. Oh, don't worry about that. You can ignore that. Let me take away that screenshot. But okay, can we get some goodbyes in chat though before I go on break? We're just gonna say goodbye officially to those on YouTube for those that are either watching the VOD or are just here for shiny hunting today. Hi Kelly, welcome in. Yeah, we were shiny hunting, but now we're about to do a small break and then we're gonna hop into some water park simulator. Oh yes. Hi Kelly, can we get a shout out for Kelly please? But yes, bye YouTube. Once again, for anyone that was here specifically for Pokemon shiny hunting, I'll be back again next week for some more hunts for Piplup, potentially the last one before Legends ZA comes out. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time for those watching on the YouTube side. But for those sticking around, I am gonna play Water Park Sim here in a few minutes. So feel free to stick around if you want to join the raid. All right, bye bye YouTube for those that are watching just for Pokemon. Bye bye.